Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdueboxing shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Saturday, man? We just popped up to get boxing. It's just due for a little bit, man. You know, I offer from Jake too. I told him, cause support my enemy. Support the enemy. Oh man, you a fool, man. You a fool, man. Oh man, yeah, it's real out here, man. Y'all, it's gotten crazy a little bit, man. I could say this is something I definitely didn't expect it to happen for sure, man. This is crazy. It's a crazy news. Shout out to JP. What's good with it? Behind the Hands TV, my guys, man. I just popped on here a little early because a few people sent this to me. And I ain't think nothing of it. I ain't really think too much of it. I'm like, man, this is not gonna happen. You know, this would be wild. You know, the fact that Ryan Garcia could find himself, you did, damn, man, he'll be still in the tank bag, man. If this actually happens, and the reason why I'm feeling like it could be shaky, because you know how Netflix move, man. It don't take much for them not to rock with you. You get what I'm saying? And just the allegations alone, whether, you know, whatever comes of it, it's just I guess the energy and attention that it brings to the platform, right? You know how they are. You get what I'm saying? With media and press and different things like that. So I could see this very well not happening. When I say this not happening, I'm talking about I could see Tank not making it to the November 14th fight, man. I can see it. I mean, look, all I can say is prayers to him and in that situation, and I hope they could get that worked out. But this is like got to be the worst timing in the world. And you know what I'm gonna talk about? Not so much as personal stuff, but I'm gonna just have a real conversation about it, right? And they decline that offer. Kick the neighbor's cat. Damn, y'all kicking cats, bro. God damn. You know, but I think, you know, even no matter what the outcome of the situation is that he got with the civil suit and stuff like that, no matter what comes of it, just the attention alone, just to keep having to go through that type of stuff could be draining, especially when you got to be in the public eye and you got to focus on something like boxing, right? You get what I'm saying? Like you don't need this type of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And situations like this could be the main reason why you say, you know what, the hell with it, man, I'm out of here. You get me? But it's a very interesting situation because on one end, like you understand taking the fight and making that money, right? And getting up out the sport. But then on the other hand, if for some reason you don't find yourself in this fight and you don't make it to the fight, you get me? Do you stick around and box more, right? Because again, like walking away with 40, 50, 100, however many million is far different than that not happening and you still walking away, if you get what I'm saying. So would this situation not only impact his decision moving forward to keep going, right? Or would this situation be the reason that he sticks around longer than what he want to? It's a fragile situation for me, man. It's unfortunate, bro, but it's just the reality. You don't know where you should go in a situation like this. Do you stick around and try to, you know what I'm saying? Like if you for any reason don't make it to this fight, because they out listen, they out Jake out here offering the ops. You get me? He offering the ops an opportunity, bro, to get it done, man. You get me? He offering Ryan a shot at everything, man, and that's crazy. You know, I even heard Edgar Berlanga as a potential opponent too. Like this is crazy. Like, and look, I'm gonna have a real conversation. You know, it might not be for everybody, but it is what it is. I could care less. Is this karma or is this a blessing in disguise? Karma being that, you know, this was a guy that taunted his money for a long time. This was a dude that was just on social media telling Shakur Stevenson, nah, they trying to cash you out, get it out the mud. You don't sell tickets, turning my back on you. You get me? And people celebrated that. They laughed. They thought that was funny, right? You can't get the fight. He ain't giving you the fight. You get what I'm saying? Like they celebrated that. Now on that end, I would say, would it be karma for that reason? And then why would it be a blessing in disguise? Is because if this is something that he's really dealing with, then I think the last thing he need is boxing right now, right? I think he might need to go focus on himself. And that's why I said, when people tell me that he's still gonna fight this one or that one, even after he keeps saying he's gonna retire, it makes me wonder, like, how much of a fan are you really? Are you too much of a fan that you can't even listen to what the fighter is telling you? So anybody keep getting into legal situations and you know, this would have been a hefty payday on the way out. This would have been all the incentive to ride off into the sunset. And without it, do you stick around longer than you anticipated now and run the risk of not being fully locked in and then the rest of boxing catching up to you for that reason? You get me? But this could be a bit of karma for those people. And not it could be for Tank, and it could be for the fans that celebrated him taking one of the biggest fights for himself and the other guy off the table. People celebrated that shit like it was cool. You know what I'm saying? So with this being a situation, man, you have been forfeited the bag, and you'll give a guy like Ryan Garcia the opportunity to fight, bro. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. You hit me. Man, this would be wild, man. You get me? Shout out to my dog Cecil. What's good with it, homie? Tank got some civil suit going on where they said, he kidnapped his ex-girlfriend from her job space or something like that, and he choked her and threatened her and all this stuff, and they filed like a civil suit, and now they basically saying the fight is in jeopardy, as you can see from the tweet up here. Shout out to ASAP Low Dog, Opulent LDTV, bless his family. How you feeling? Timmy T said Berlanga against Jake Paul, not a bad fight. Actually, it's not that bad. I wouldn't be mad at it, too mad. Boy, what it do, fam? How you feeling? He said, why does it sound like they pushing the fight to December instead of a last minute opponent replacement? As a stressed out boxing. I don't know, man, but from what I was hearing, they might be they might be pushing this, in the hands of Ryan Garcia. And you see Ryan even tweeted right back at Jake, I'm tired of this. I'm done. I'm stopping this shit, and it's my fault. I started this boxing career. I should have never. But no regrets, man. I'm going to hurt this man bad. He already talking like the fight in the bag for himself, bro. You know what I'm saying? He talking like the fight in the bag. You hear me? Bro talking like fight in the bag. This is crazy, man. Look, I don't know if this is breaking news, bad news, or stinking news, but it's out there. And like I said, Jake Paul team sent the contract already to Ryan Garcia. They searching for the replacement, man. This could mess up everything. I ain't even gonna hold you. I know it's allegations. I know it's early. I ain't putting nothing on Tank. I ain't that type of guy, but it's this kind of shit that'll mess up opportunities for you, yo. So, if they false allegations, that's nasty work. But I just don't know. It's very early. I don't know what it is, but I do know this. It's an unfortunate situation, and it's the worst timing possible. It's the worst timing possible. It's the worst timing possible if you a guy that was looking to secure a really big, massive payday and had on, ride out, retire or, retire for a while, whatever the case, man. But I mean, like I said before, it could be karma on one end. You took, like I said, you took one of the biggest fights off the table when you told the boxing world and Shakur and the boxing world that I turning my back, the hell with this fight, pretty much, right? And then you go to make this kind of fight, and then something get in the way. Could be a bit of karma, you know what I mean? But then at the same token, like I said, man, if any of the allegations are true, then you probably got other things that, you know what I'm saying? You need to, you know what I mean? You got other things that you need to handle. And it's all good. Like some shit deeper and bigger than boxing. And somebody, mental health, their well-being is definitely more important than trying to get in the ring if those things ain't taken care of. So I'm no hater of the guy. I actually root for him. But with those allegations, I ain't gonna lie, they pretty nasty. And like I say, it couldn't have came at a worse time. So look, just to be fair, just to be real, I hear people, they saying, you just gotta wait and see. And you always gotta wait and see. I hear some people making the case that he about to make a lot of money. So people are just money hungry. It's just another, railroading or, somebody just trying to, line them up or whatever have you. But you just don't know. It's early, and I ain't even about to speculate on that and try to figure that out. That ain't for me to figure out. But, I'll keep it on the boxing side of things, right? It's funny how people went from dismissing Jake completely as anything important in boxing, like a fake boxer, a circus event, and everything about him. And then they kind of accepted him once, their favorite fighter was doing business with him. And it's crazy. So they kind of was in favor of this fight. And now for it to potentially be in jeopardy, and a guy like Ryan Garcia, crying Ryan Garcia. Yup, the guy that got beat up by Rolly, the dude that cheated Devin Haney in the fight. Right? Imagine him getting the bag that you was gonna get. That'd be crazy. That'd be wild, bro. That's a wild turn of events. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's really wild. You get what I'm saying? That's a wild situation, man. Locked and loaded. Shout out to Flyer Frequency. What's good? Fresh Baker in the building. What's good, my guy? down to Tello. He said Tank got DV history, but fight 2 weeks away. Something seems odd. Timing is nasty work. It is nasty, but it's nasty all around. But like I said, shout out to my homie Andrew. I can't really say what's going on with that. I can only say what they reported on, but we can just put, you know what I'm saying? We can put it into perspective that things have been put out there about him before and have been retracted, right? We've seen that. We just seen that with one of the more recent situations, right? So, you know, I always root for, you know, people to find a common ground so they could live their life, man, because that ain't the shit that I care to talk about. But the crazy part was this fight that was looked at as a circus might have turned into more of a circus with Ryan Garcia in the mix. Ryan Garcia entered the equation, bro, from left field, bro. Ryan said, I'll cheat Devin. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, get beat up by Rolly, you know, and then, yeah, I'll fight Jake. Like, think about that. Man, talk about having fortunate luck would be Ryan Garcia if he found himself in the ring with Jake. Man, sure. And they saying, you know, Jake is not a guy that he's not big on canceling events, so he ain't trying to cancel. He want to have his fight. So it's gonna be somebody in there. We just don't know who it's gonna be, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? To F Ryan. I feel you. Every single time Tank has a fight on the board, there's always something that comes up to derail his fights. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. It's great marketing and timing as well. Yeah, man. Jake, one thing he gonna figure it out. Broly, what it do, family? How you feeling? I mean, man, his track record is crazy, but who knows? Turkey probably got the pull. Turkey. Damn, skills from New Orleans. My brother was good, man. Ryan doesn't care if he loses. Now, you know. It's still early. They speculating if it's gonna be canceled, but you see from the tweet up there, they saying that Jake Paul officially offered him he offered Ryan a fight. And then you see Ryan tweet down there. Ryan tweet like, hey, I got this in the bag. Ryan tweeted like, yeah, I got this. Man, like this shit just went from like circus to super circus, bro. Cause Ryan is like, what we don't know what the hell they expect from this dude. Jake mess around, punch Ryan in his face. Jake messed around, punched Ryan in his face, and knock him out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kano, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Always good to see. You say they just making backup plans. Yeah, they making some backup plans. But what my thing is this. Not just Jake that's making the backup plans. Where do Netflix weigh in on this, right? Where do Netflix, because they the platform as well. Are they gonna want to push forward with a fight with some wild ass allegations out there? And right now they just allegations, right? It's a civil suit. That's shit that I just don't care to talk about, but it does look like it's going to at least affect the fight, right? Because whenever you got other offers going out, I mean, anything can happen. Like he could easily make a B turn. I mean, look, this would be wild. Like imagine, because we went, like you got to think of how we got here. We went from about to get the Lamont Roach and Tank Davis rematch, a part 2, to that's over with, to Tank and Jake, to possibly Jake and Ryan. Man, that's crazy. And that's why I say it could be a bit of like karma, because on one end, you kind of took the fight away from Lamont Roach, and then, the situation might have taken the fight from you and then went to Ryan. Wow, man. That's shit tough, man. Tough situation, bro. Tough situation to be in, man. Tough situation. But you know what? For me, I can talk about this because I never trashed the fight regardless. I just don't care that much to trash it, right? I always said Tank go out there and knock his ass out because he's the boxer, right? He's the guy that he came out doing this shit since 6, 7 years old. So, nothing against Jake. I naturally was rooting for Tank to just go out there and do what he do, like Coach Calvin said, right? But if it's not him and if it's Ryan, shit, man, I don't know what to expect. You feel me? So I ain't trash it. It just is what it is. It's entertainment, and I'm gonna let it be that. they got some more. They said some other names too, man. Like they said something about Edgar Berlanga, bro. They said something about Edgar Berlanga, like Edgar Berlanga possibly getting an opportunity. That would be crazy too. Like, you know, Berlanga trying to get it back in blood, man. He trying to get back in the mix. So you just don't know where this gonna go. It's early, but like I said, man, what I don't like, I will say this, and I don't care. I don't like the fact that nobody like his side, like don't nobody make no statements and say nothing, so you don't kind of know where they stand and like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I think this right here could be pretty telling. You get what I'm saying? I think this could be pretty telling. Like the fact that you would send a contract to another guy, like you know, you might be having plans of going in another direction. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna find out. We're going to find out, but I root for Tank and his situation to get squared away, for them to find some type of common ground. I will hope that them allegations are not true, because don't nobody want to hear nobody go through no shit like that. And on top of that, it would be wild as hell to fabricate some stuff like that right before somebody fight. Like, bro, I would be done with it. If I'm just saying this for conversation purposes because it's so early, right? If that comes to be like just some like rumor type stuff, like a witch hunt for some money, oh my God, if I'm Tank, I'm done with everybody. Yo, and I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying it is or it ain't. I'm just speaking on both sides. That shit turned out to be some type of witch hunt, somebody trying to chase and get a free bag out of a situation where you felt like he was going to make some money. That is disgusting work. And if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis, bro, if I fight Jake Paul, I'm getting out of here. You hear me? I'm out of here. Bro, I'm gone. I'm really gone. Do you get me? And I want to be clear because people got selective hearing. I'm not saying he innocent. He didn't do it. I'm not saying neither. But I'm just exploring the possibility because we've seen this shit before. Man, if somebody trying to get a quick bag, I promise you, if I'm Gervonta Davis, I beat Jake Paul, or I go fight him. If I make it to the fight, I fight him and I disappear. Like you won't even hear about me. You get me? You know what I mean? No more backflips off the top rope. No more highlight reel knockouts for y'all. No more none of that. I'm out. I promise you, I am out of here. And I want to be clear. I'm not saying that's the case, y'all, but I'm just, anything is possible. But man, I'm out of here, bro. I'm my money and I'm gone. Bro, it's so crazy. Man, I make the money as soon as the bell ring, bro. I'm not even doing an interview. I'm running out the ring. I'm out, bro. Get my check. Check clear. I'm out. Get me on the nearest flight on the nearest island somewhere, or the furthest island somewhere. I'm out of here. I'm getting the absolute hell away from people. Do you hear me? Man, I'm gone. And I'm just saying. I'm out of here. But, you know, y'all double tap that screen, man. Hit the like button. If you're new in the building, sub to the channel. And we're going to keep building. It's just an honest conversation. We're going to have it. This is what's out there. It's one of the biggest names in the sport. He going to get talked about. It's just all how you talk about him. I'm not here to drag him. I'm not here to over talk about the personal shit. But this is an interesting development in terms of boxing. Like, you know, look, never forget, boxing is entertainment too. It's business and it's entertainment. And what do we know that it seemed like Jake and Tank was going to do? It was going to be good business, right? It seems that way, right? Like they could stand to make a lot of money. So, and it could be, it's an entertainment factor to it. So now you got Ryan. I mean, I think people will be interested in watching it too. You just don't know how much, but I think the show must go on. And Jake Paul, if it's one thing about him, he going to make it to the event. You get me? That's one thing about him. Like you call him circus, it's fake. You're not a real fighter, but he gonna make it to his event, bro. He gonna show up. He gonna show up. You get me? He gonna show up. Shout out to my brother Cal Cool. It was good, family. Hey, yeah. So much come with it, and look, y'all. I'm only speaking on that side because you just to be fair, right, to the situation. It could be one way. It could be the other way, right? But if it's the latter, I'm gone, bro. And then you wonder why people get to a point where they want to get the hell up out of here. You get what I'm saying? So, You know what I mean? But nah, old school boxing is not dead. Y'all have to listen. Hold on. Pump the brakes. First off, I don't even always be here Saturday. Sometimes we call the fights when they're good fights, but we just build it. Boxing is far from dead. Do y'all know we in November now? We in November. Y'all don't know about the November 22nd card that's coming up? You wildin'. Boxing dead where? Y'all bugging out. Y'all ain't see Terrence Crawford just make history and beat Canelo Alvarez? Boxing dead where? You ain't just tell that man. You ain't just see that man tell Johnny Beck, look, man, I got my eyes on you. The man chasing more history. Y'all bugging. You don't see David Benavidez talking about fighting everything that's called smoke. Everything. We missing it. Nah, this is just one of the topics. Let's not ignore it. Tank name is big, and I've always supported him, so I have no problem having this honest conversation about the situation that could have transpired. Like, this shit could have took a wild turn. If Tank got to sit down and or just not be in this fight and this Ryan, that's big. That could be big for him, his career, what his next move gonna look like. Because again, retiring with 40 or 50 plus $1 million or however many, right? Rather than just retiring with issues is far different. So you never know if he for some reason, any reason, for God forbid he don't make it to the fight and it's not him and Jake November 14th. Does that cause him to stick around in the sport longer than he anticipated? That's what I'm asking. I'm trying to keep it boxing as much as possible and not focus on his personal situation. That's going to have to get worked out how it's going to get worked out. But for me, I'm rooting for him as the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. You never know what could happen. But it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's too many good fights to say boxing dead, bro. Way too many good fights to say boxing dead. Boxing dead, not dead. It's not all fake. At the end of the day, you have to understand, regardless of if this was a sanctioned fight, whether it was for their records on the line, even though we know it's not, there is nothing fake about a guy that weighs 200 pounds, potentially 200 plus pounds, throwing punches at you, especially if they're with the intent to hurt you. Unless it's some choreographed, staged event, then by all means, go off on it. But I don't see it being that kind of situation, right? I'm not anticipating a knock them out, drag them out kind of brawl between the two, right? But you gotta imagine Jake Paul, if he had the opportunity to knock Tank out, he would take it. I don't got nothing in my mind that makes me think that he would. And on the flip side, same shit for Tank. He got an opportunity to knock a heavyweight out, cruiserweight, heavyweight, whatever you want to call him, whether it's Jake or anybody else in front of the world. Why the hell wouldn't he take his opportunity to knock him square the hell out? So it's some intrigue in it. I'm just here to remind y'all, and this is everybody in here. I want y'all to hear me. It's just boxing, bro. It's just entertainment. Some shit you're going to be entertained by, some shit you not. If this is not your speed, if it's not your cup of tea, it's all good. There's so many other fights that are going on that you don't got to be stressing. I'm here to remind you. I'm your daily reminder. When you come talk boxing, you don't have to be stressed out about what they're doing. You pick and choose what you want to watch. If it's not something that you deem real, right? You don't like the circus event that the Jake and Tank or Jake and Ryan, if it's them, right? Then tune it out. But guess what, y'all? So you real boxing fans? So what about Gary Antoine Russell fighting on his card? We don't care about that. We don't care about him defending his title against Andy Hiroka. Why not? Because that's a damn good fight. We don't care about seeing if Alicia Baumgardner could get back to form with Derek James. Is she on that card as well? We don't care about that. It's real boxing, bro. Let's not just come up with reasons to complain. Like I said, Jake could have just been an asshole, gave you bullshit ass undercard and just gave you the main event and said, here, watch me, look at me. But nah, he said, look, he hear y'all. I'm pretty sure he hear y'all. He know he's not everybody cup of tea. He understands. I know he understands that everybody is not going to like what he's doing. So you know what else he does? Let me give y'all some real fights leading up to the main event, right? Level with him. He ain't giving you all bullshit, giving you real fights. Anytime Gary Antoine Russell is in the boxing ring, I'm watching it. I'm telling you right now, I'm watching it. And I'll watch it. Anytime Alicia Baumgardner weigh-in is on the way, I'm watching that too. I'm watching the fights too. You know what I'm saying? But you get me. So I'm just trying to remind y'all, it ain't that deep. We don't got to be stressing. At least you ain't got to pay an arm and a leg. If you got Netflix, you could turn it on. Shit, if you want, you watch it all the way up into the main event. Turn it off if you want. But I'm just here to remind y'all, you don't got to watch it. But why sit up and be mad talking about boxing is dead? This is one fight. This is one fight. This is one fight, bro. We just watched Bud Crawford make history. That man putting himself on his own Mount Rushmore. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He's solidifying himself in a way that people thought years ago he would have never, they would have never thought Terrence Crawford would have been here. Where he at right now. Man, boxing ain't dead. Boxing is alive and it's thriving. You got more money in the sport than it's been, right? The women thriving. Jake is getting behind the women. Come on, man. Y'all gotta, I ain't saying you gotta love him, but there's some good to what he's doing. Where it ain't gotta be, you ain't gotta sit up and be, oh man, I hate it. Boxing is over with. It's fake. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But this shit has always been entertainment, bro. It's always been entertainment. It's always been exhibitions in the fight in boxing. Is always gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shit changes, bro. Shit changes, man. Y'all hit that like button. Double tap that screen, man. Desmond, what's good? Jake Paul is not a boxer. Not even an amateur boxer. Is absolutely unbelievable. Insane that you can call this guy a boxer who hasn't put. So look, let's check this out. Hey, Desmond, is that absolutely unbelievable and insane that Andre Ward called him a boxer? Huh? Talk to me. Because Andre Ward, a Hall of Famer. Fuck Just Do for a second. Fuck what I'm saying. Is it unbelievably insane that Andre Ward referred to him as a real boxer? He said now he ain't no world-class athlete or world-class boxer, none of that, but he's a legit athlete. He puts the work in. So, hey, Desmond, what's different from what Jake doing than what a lot of other guys be doing, right? Because they say he fight MMA fighters. You know there's actual pro boxers, right? Real boxers that fight MMA fighters. You know that? Do you know how impressive it is that this man has found a way to make it this far with no amateur background? I'm just speaking to the other side. This shit ain't all bad, bro. It's not all bad. He uses influence in his name to get into boxing, and he's taking it serious enough where he at least trains and puts the work in where there are other boxers that respect him, the work he putting in. Now, he's not on their level because, again, this is not a guy that's been fighting since 6, 7 years old. So that makes it more impressive to a certain degree that he's made it this far. He could have easily went out there and started getting his ass beat left and right by any of these guys. But somehow he found a way to make it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking the come up. I respect it because he could have been irrelevant a lot sooner than now. You could say what you want about him. He a joke. He not a real boxer. But getting Tank Davis in the ring, y'all, would have legitimized him as a real boxer because Tank is one of the biggest names in the sport. And let's not forget, before it was Tank and Jake, it was Canelo. Yeah, it was Canelo. Canelo was close to getting in there with Jake. And what they would have said then, oh, he fake boxer getting real boxers to fight him is crazy. So what we saying? I respect the hustle, man. I do. I respect it. I'm tired of people that's mad. They've been doing it all their lives. It's disrespectful. Be mad at the people that's paying for the show. Get what I'm saying? I respect game. That man got in here. He don't have a typical background in boxing. He don't have no amateur background, right? This dude literally still got training wheels on. If you want to be honest, everything he do, he learning on the job. So I don't expect much from him. But what I'm able to see is each time he fights, he tries to give you real fights before his fight comes on. That's consistent. When it comes to the women, he's getting them paid. He giving them a platform. Shout out to Shadeja Green. Got my girl a bonus, a fight bonus. And Jake is doing some things that if you real and you not just looking for a reason to be mad, you like, yo, I respect it, man. He doing some shit. He doing some things that's solid, right? I ain't telling you to fall in love with him, but I'm telling you, let's be adults here. That man gotta, either him or his team are intelligent because they're positioned him in a way where you have to talk about him, whether it's good or bad. You have to talk about him. That's all. You get what I'm saying? Don't misunderstand nothing I'm saying. But how could you be mad at at what I'm saying, when the fighter that was supposed to be fighting him referred to him as a fake boxer and wouldn't entertain him, he went from that, then he won 80 to actually doing business with him. So don't be mad at the people that's able to respect game. Be mad at the people that entertaining him. That's legitimizing him. That's making him relevant. Get what I'm saying? Canelo getting in the ring with Jake would have made him very relevant. Tank Davis getting in the ring, one of the biggest names in the sport, getting in the ring with Jake would have been very, like, you get what I'm saying? That would have made him very relevant. You get me? This dude, like, he found a way, and I respect it. It's not all bad. Like I said, it's getting to the point where I'm starting to hear boxers change their tune. The guys like Andre Ward, and you hearing some of what would be a contemporary, a potential contemporary. They respect this dude grind. They respect the hustle, because at the bare minimum, at least he's putting in the work and he's showing up. That's all. You know what I'm saying? He shows up, bro. It's only fair fight he's ever been in with an actual amateur boxer. Bro, you don't get it, bro. You don't get it, though. He's not. Shout out to the Queen, Jessica. He's not really an amateur himself, though, right? He shouldn't even be able to get guys like Tank, Canelo, or any of these guys to entertain him, since he's so fake. And I'll say this, bro. You might not like what he's doing, right? It might be fake to you, but them checks that he cashing is very real. That money that he's spending is very real, bro. You might not like it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen, man. Hit that like button, so up to the channel. We're going to keep building. It's an honest conversation, and it ain't going to be the one that you think, right? I'm not here to bash boxing. I'm just here to have a real conversation, bro. You can't completely dismiss everything Jake Paul is doing. You don't have to love him. You don't. I ain't telling you he's saving boxing. He's some, none of that. None of that. But I peep game and I respect it. Once upon a time, I was on this other side of it. Like, man, this shit fake circus fights, man. He not no real boxer. He be talking crazy. And then you know what Jake started doing? Making real moves that had made you look at him in a different light. I don't care what you say, man. He could have easily took this platform, MVP Promotions, and just ran with it, bro. He could have ran with it and gave nobody a shot, no opportunities, no nothing. Where my guy behind the hands TV at? Shout out to Sharetta Metcalf, who took a tough loss and came back, bounced back. Now, did she just win a strap? Like, he out here really giving opportunities, but this ain't the conversation people want to have. You know why? Because they making it about race. They being weird. They being in their emotions, and they not respecting what's real. That man is doing good business, and he clearing some real checks because of it. You can say what you want. I don't like it. It's fake. Hey, man, the people doing them fights with him ain't complaining, I'll tell you that. They lining up. Get me? He lining up. Shit. He got some, you know what I mean? The fact that he was able to get a Mike Tyson in the ring. Yeah, I know it's crazy. But shit, Jake Paul boxing in 2025 is crazy. Knowing he wasn't no boxer. So, I mean, look, I salute him. Yeah, I know this ain't the popular talking point, right? I know they right now they would be somebody punching the air looking like Trey Styles saying, yo, Jusdueboxing, you heard him? Yo, he off cold. He over there. He picking up Jake Paul, man. He like the enemy, man. Shut up. Jake Paul ain't my damn enemy. He ain't my friend. He ain't my enemy. I ain't against this dude. I ain't against somebody choosing to make money. And like I said, y'all got to redirect y'all anger. It seems like y'all mad at the wrong people. Y'all got to be mad at the people that's doing business with them, that's making them relevant. You get me? You think the powers that be don't take them serious? Yeah, listen to that the typical person speak on Jake now. That shit is much different than what they used to say when he first started. Why? Because they know he's some kind of force. This guy literally he took MVP Promotions and got that shit popping. You bugging. I respect that shit. Yes, because they're fighters that got quote unquote promotional, I don't even want to say companies, banners, and they ain't signing fighters and moving like this, putting on these shows. The man is in bed with Netflix. He doing deals with Netflix. What part of you as a man can't respect that? I'm not telling you he's saving boxing, but I'm like, man, I see what you doing, Jake. Jake, like, man, we gonna get this bad. And he's sharing the wealth, bro. He's sharing the wealth. I ain't mad at him, bro. I'm sorry. Jake Paul ain't my enemy. He ain't no savior to boxing, but he ain't my enemy, man. I like what it appears what he's doing for the women. I do. I like the fact that he gives you real fights on the cards. I do. I appreciate that. So it makes what he's doing a bit more tolerable because at the end of the day, what could you really expect? You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, Top Rank don't currently have a network, but Jake do. Talk about it. You feel me? You feel me? Tank fighting Jake and Shakur working for Jake. Yeah, be more boxing, man. Don't be a fucking idiot, man. Not today, bro. We just need a break from your ignorance, man. You got to get off Shakur. Like, you got this weird obsession with Shakur. I don't know what it is, but you got to shut up, man. Like, I don't want to hear dumb shit today. I don't want to read dumb shit, should I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not working for him. You, man, let me check. Yeah, he worked for him, bro. He worked for him. Yeah, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. So, all right, real quick, and I hope nobody don't time him out, block him, nothing. So, be more boxing. Let's see how real you are. Let's see how long you last today. Because I'm this extra credit at this point. Hey, bro. So, is it a bad look that Tank called him a fake fighter? Said if somebody from his team asked him to fight him, he wouldn't do it. Then he turned around and said he would entertain it, and then he went on to fight him. Is it a bad look that he's doing actual business with him? And I just want to see where you at with it. Because if it's bad for Shakur to work with him, right, which is what he's doing, is it bad for Tank to actually fight him? I just want to see how real you are. Which one you think is worse? Fighting him or doing business with him? Because that's you doing both. Tank fighting him and doing business if he fights him. Is that a bad look? But I'm going to answer it for you. I'm going to tell you what I think. No, it's not a bad look. Why? Because these dudes can do whatever they want. And you know what I'm comfortable saying? That if 90+% of the people in the world was in a position to make the kind of money that they're reporting that Tank can make fighting Jake Paul, they would be doing that shit too. Miss me with that, man. All this fake outrage and calling people coons. Like you gotta do some fucking history, bro. I don't even think you know what that word means. So stop typing it in my chat because it's very disrespectful. And that go for anybody, man. Like we gotta have some integrity with the way we speak. Like we stop just typing shit. Like you on a real channel that really like to have real conversations and all that weird ass name calling coon shit. Like, nah, man, is he a coon for fighting him? Think about that. Think about that. Imagine calling a guy a coon for working with him, but not a guy for working with him, doing business with him, and fighting. None of these guys are coons, bro. This is boxing. You see an opportunity that makes sense for your career, you take it. Ain't that what Tank doing? Ain't that what I said he was doing? And he should do it. He shouldn't be ashamed to go make no damn money. Then you hear these fighters tell you, man, shit, man, ain't nobody trying to die broke. Man, it's a lonely ass sport, bro. You better go get that money. You better go get that damn money, man. Teach what's good with it. He be obsessed with these dudes. Nah, this ain't gonna be no toxic ass conversation. We're not tearing Tank down. We're not tearing Shakur down. We're not tearing Jake down. Go to there's so many other channels that hate Jake where you could go talk all the and Shakur, and you could go talk all the Shakur and Tank and Jake hate you want. You know what I mean? Or as a matter of fact, you can go show all the love and admiration for Tank, meanwhile shitting on the rest of the sport. News flash. This goes for the boxing community. If you cannot talk boxing without slander, you ain't talking about shit. If you champion and celebrate one fighter, but then tear down all the contemporaries of that fighter, you are what's wrong with the sport. You are, in fact, you are, sir, you the coon. You are the coon. If that's how you talk boxing, that makes you the coon. You what's wrong with the sport. Learn how to talk this shit without tearing the sport down, bro. That go for everybody. Calling these men coon for doing business, making decisions. And then you got these super old grumpy ass men champion that shit. Ain't nobody doing nothing wrong. This shit is boxing, man. Y'all turning this shit into something else. Making this shit personal when it shouldn't be. Them dudes don't owe each other no loyalty. Ain't nobody getting hurt. They all doing business, making money, and life goes on, bro. Shout out to Dub J. What's good with it? Down there all saying, I mean, nah, they cried. They cried with Boots. They cried with Boots. They cried with Boots. They called Boots to sell out in a coon. I seen it too. I thought it was weak then too. That shit corny, man. The people just repeat, like it's like an echo chamber. People like parrots, they just repeat what they hear the next man say. They don't know shit about coon and none of that. They just be saying it. That shit very disrespectful, bro. Very disrespectful. Calling somebody a coon, don't even know the history of the word. Do some homework, man. Maybe you wouldn't even use that word. That's stupid. That's some ignorant shit. Calling somebody a coon because they doing business with somebody because he white. Y'all weird, man. I ain't on that type of time. I ain't on that. Shit, I love me some Sweet Hand Plant. I don't know what y'all talk Caleb Plant. I love watching him fight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with none of that. They my enemies. This shit is entertainment, and that's what I'm gonna let it be, bro. Let's enjoy it. But back to what I was saying. Man, if Ryan Garcia get his shot at Jake, this gonna be crazy. Ryan Garcia get his shot, it's gonna be wild. He ain't never gonna shut up, man. He ain't never gonna shut his ass up. You get me? It's just boxing, bro. It's just boxing. That's how I look at it. They'll tell me it's just boxing. I ain't mad at these dudes. Go do it. Works for you. Because that's what I do every day. I wake up. I do what works for me. If something works for you in the sport of boxing, go do it. Know what I'm saying? But stand on business though. You hear me? You hear me? So I don't know, man. Ryan Garcia, bro. Man, this should be wild, man. You think he got a shot? He got a shot at Jake, y'all? Do Ryan got a shot at Jake? I already know how Bud felt. Yeah, man. All that slander at a minimum. You know how to spell it without the emoji, damn coons. Yeah. Type anything. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. That puts Ryan back in the public eye after losing a crayon eater, right? Ryan back in the mix. Ryan has entered the chat, y'all. Ryan has entered into the chat. And y'all did all that dissing. Y'all did all that dissing on them New Jerseyans, man. Now, what if all this shit happened just for him to fight Ryan? Y'all still mad? Yo, they this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, y'all. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Jake knocks Ryan out. CJ Rich, what it do? Said 2 hills doesn't sell, even in pro wrestling. Yeah, man. So you think Ryan and Jake is 2 hills? You saying? I'm Jake. I'm sending Pac-Man a contract. Hold on, I read something else where let me tell you who else they said he sent the contract. Not sent the contract to, but they was said MVP and Netflix reportedly have offers out to the following opponents to replace Jake. To replace Tank on the same or later date. Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, Edgar Berlanga, Terrence Crawford, and Floyd Mayweather. You hear me? They saying they got offers out. MVP and Netflix reportedly has offers out to the following. Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, Edgar Berlanga, Terrence Crawford, and Floyd Mayweather is crazy. That's wild. It's like he be trying to get timed out, bro. He just like a clown, bro. He got this weird obsession with Shakur, man. It's like every day. We're not even talking about him. Shut your ass up. I'm about to permanently ban him, yo, because he don't like my guy Jordan said. He never has anything to add to the chat ever. He never has anything good to add. Just the same stupid slander, bro, over and over. We're not talking about Shakur. We talking about Tank. Why you keep talking about what Shakur is? Shakur is sellout. Let me guess, because he sparred him, right? So is Tank a sellout for saying he won't fight him and he a fake fighter? Look, think about it. He was calling him a YouTuber with Jalen Love, but he was planning on fighting the same YouTuber in the prime of his career. Now, that's not me shitting on Tank. That's just me calling it what it is, a spade, a spade. You can't be mad at none of these guys. What moral of the story is, when Tank initially said how he wouldn't fight him, I said it. It's easier to say what you won't do when it's not a real option. When that shit is a real option and you see what kind of money you can make, you like, what? They gonna pay me what? To do what? Man, Tank probably smiling ear to ear. They gonna pay me what? To do what? To fight Jake? Do what? Hell yeah, I'm doing it. Like, I keep saying that. So keep that sellout shit somewhere else, man. Tank ain't a sellout, neither is Shakur. Is Jake a sellout? Is Jake a sellout? Let me know. Because if you working with a sellout, birds of a feather, like, you get me? That's why you gotta be careful where you cast these stones, bro. You sound stupid. You sound like you masquerading for a man. You know what I'm saying? Put your pom-poms down for a minute and just enjoy the sport. Nah, he ain't turning boxing into a circus. Because he's only one person. Donnell, how could you say that? You really don't. How much boxing do you watch, bro? How much boxing do you watch? Y'all be saying anything. How much boxing do you watch? How often do he fight to turn boxing into a circus? You got all these other fights going on. All these other fights going on. How you figure? How you figure? And like I said, so Gary Antoine Russell fighting is a circus, right? Alicia Bumgardner fighting ain't no good, right? David Benavidez, Anthony Yard is no good. Abdullah Mason, Sam Noakes, that's no good. Brian Norman, Devin Haney, that's no good. That's a circus. That's one guy. That's one guy in one fight. There's so many other fights. It's only one Jake Paul. There's so many other quote unquote real boxers. How's he turning boxing into anything? That's just, you got to look at it a different way, bro. Ignore him. Don't watch him. Don't watch him. But for you to say that, you must be only paying attention to Jake Paul and everything he do for you to feel like that. Because if you really watch boxing as a whole, there's no way you could sit here and comfortably tell me he's turning the sport into a circus. When he getting these women paid, is he turning boxing into a circus, or is it just when it's convenient to say it, right? Is it a circus when he getting these women paid? He's signing fighters and giving them a platform. Is he still making it a circus? When he giving real fighters opportunities and getting them paid, is it still a circus? Right? Come on, man. We just selective outrage. We just be wanting to find something to be mad at. Trying to tell you, remove your emotion. This shit is supposed to be boxing. Bring your passion, leave your emotion at home, man. You hear me? Y'all mad at these men. Don't think about it. Hey, man, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, fam. If you could do what Jake Paul doing, you wouldn't do it? Huh? Talk to me. Be real. Huh? If you found out that you could use your influence and you could get in shape and get into boxing and make the money that they report that he's making, you wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do it. You know why I don't care about his fights being staged? Because I don't expect much from him, because he don't have no amateur background. He's not no full-fledged fighter, and I know that. So I see it for what it is. And Jake knows people going. Everybody not going to take him serious. So what did he start doing? He started making serious moves. He started doing shit where you got to at least respect him. So look, I respect the business mind. You get what I'm saying? And his willingness and ability to get in there and fight. I respect it, bro. He found a way to get one of the biggest names to entertain a fight with him. What we talking about? Are you really still mad? Who you mad at? I ain't mad. I respect game. I ain't mad at that shit. It's only one fight, bro. It's too much boxing to be mad at Jake Paul. And look, just to be clear and fair, bro, I used to be on the other side too. I just wasn't as bad as y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't never hate the dude, but I ain't care for it. But I grew a understanding to a degree, you know, for what he's doing. And I looked at it like, you know what? If I could do the same shit, I'd probably do it too. You get me? This ain't no world-class boxer. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no world-class boxer. I ain't expecting him to make world-class moves. I ain't expecting that. But he done a lot more than I anticipated, bro. I thought I could have never envisioned him having an MVP promotions, signing fighters, putting them on their cards. You know what I mean? Being a heavy advocate for the sport of boxing, the women's boxing, the way he doing, right? Like, you don't take it from me. Listen to the fighters that work with him, right? Not everything is good, but for the most part, he got a good rapport with treating fighters the right way. So I respect it. Yeah, he doing what he's supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? Live or die sport, and Jake isn't either, but I guess I don't know, man. I don't know, but from Netflix, I'm definitely pay less for a replacement. None of them willing to bring in the same views as Tank. We'll bring in the same views as Tank. Yeah, probably get a discount, but you never know how Netflix will want to move. But I'm just saying, like, people be having too much hate in their heart. You know what I'm saying, for this shit. Women boxing isn't for me. Neither is Jake Paul. Women's boxing ain't for you, man. Well, we just different type of boxing fans, Timmy T. Women's boxing is for me. Women's boxing is for me. And Jake been doing this thing, making sure the women been getting paid. So, you know, I'm telling you, yeah, OP. I'm telling you, they ain't gotta like it, but he actually working. This is why the fighters are starting to respect it. They having a change of heart. They like, we not saying he on our level, right? And he shouldn't be. He wasn't no top world class amateur, you know what I mean? Top level amateur, highly touted, none of that. So I don't expect him to make those kind of moves, right? But I get it. He gonna make fights that are favorable to him. That we see that in regular boxing. If you want to be honest, you want to be all the way 100. The biggest gripe people probably got with Jake is he didn't start doing this shit since day one. And he just came in and dipped his toe in it and he hit the ground, started running. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, he still got to train for these fights. He got to put the work in, bro. He got to put the work in. And he bringing some money. He bringing a different eyes to the sport. He bringing a different audience. It's not all bad. That's all I'm saying, bro. People, you ain't got to look at it only one way. You know what I'm saying? Haters mad statement is true all the time. OP, my guy. Hey, man, if you're in the building, double tap the screen. Hit the like button and sub to the channel. Support the grind, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Y'all want to click the link? It's in the community section. Feel free. You know what I mean? Tell me how you really feel, man. It's all good. You wanna rant about Jake Paul, it's all good. But for me, I'm not mad at the man. I'm not mad at him. He doing exactly what he should be doing, right? With the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you say, what do you think? These fights taking so long? These fights taking so long? Which fights you talking about taking long? What fights you feel like taking long? Ryan Garcia done entered the chat, bro. It's crazy, man. King Rye, man. King Rye. He said he started Jake's career. Now he got to end it, bro. Said he started it. Now he got to end it. Berlanga to beat Jake, but I feel that might be home cooking for Jake. Can Berlanga take a back-to-back L? Yeah, man. Yeah, Berlanga. I was seeing a video about Berlanga possibly being one of the guys too. You know what I'm saying? But all the names I just read to you, they said they made offers to as replacements. They had Crawford in the mix, Floyd. That shit crazy, bro. Yeah, it's not all bad, is all I'm saying, bro. For me, and it's just my opinion. For me, when I weigh the options, like when I feel like I see what he doing, all right, you got Jake and his fights, and then you got the entire card, right? And I look at the cards, the fights that he put on the cards. I look at, how the women, the Amanda Serranos of the world is talking about how he got her paid and making sure she making all this money. Like that shit that resonates with me. When I see him look out for a Jersey native like a Shadeja Green and, have her be a part of MVP and rock with her, you know what I mean? Through and through, that's solid. You know what I'm saying? When I see his fighters on his platform that take losses and he could throw them away and he still rock out with them and put them in positions to be successful, I start looking at it different. You get me? I start looking at it different. And I played a clip not so long ago. I think I deleted it. This the same dude. Yo, if this dude was so bad, let me see if I can find the clip, bro. Where dude said how Jake Paul saved his life. All right, I ain't sitting here trying to be no crusader for Jake or nothing like that, but I just felt like if I had to ask people, and I like to have conversations, not arguments. 2 cents was good with it, bro. Like, what's people real issue with him? Like, what's their gripes with him? You get what I'm saying? What is it that they feel like, you know what I'm saying, is the real issue? Because I don't see it. Berlanga and Bud should beat the brakes off Jay. Absolute. Shout out to my homie P Hunter. What's good, bro? So glad I didn't get tickets to the Tank fight. Right, man. Eric R. What it do? Said, don't knock the hustle. Jake been great for boxing. Well, has Floyd contribute to the sport post-retirement? That's a good conversation, bro. Like I said, RP Boxing Sport has been dead for decades. And Paul sisters are smart to cash in. Boxing ain't been dead, man. You just don't watch it. You watch it from a different lens, man. I ain't knocking you knockout. You might look at the glass half empty, not half full. If you're looking at the glass half full, you don't say stuff like that. There's been far too much boxing. There's been too much undisputed. You never seen people chasing and becoming undisputed to this magnitude, ladies and everything. So there's been a lot of, accolades being snatched up, history being chased, right? Boxing ain't been dead, man. Boxing ain't been dead. People just don't know how to adjust to the new era of boxing because they stuck on the glory years. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I ain't knocking it, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna pull this clip up. Y'all hit that like button, man. Double tap that screen, sub to the channel. So, not a real fighter. See, but the problem is the money that he bringing to the sport real? Donnell, is the money that he making? Is the fighters that he putting on the cards real? Like, we crying about his fights. Think about how harmless one fight is as opposed to what he putting on the card. You get what I'm saying? We talking about one fight. Why are we so mad at them fights? I don't even care. Like, I'm not tripping. He start getting real boxers to make fake fights or something, then we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. But that shit is harmless to me, bro. You sign up, participate in a fake fight, then that's you. You know what I'm saying? But at least give me some boxing while you here. And that's what he doing. So that's what I said, bro. I ain't tripping, y'all. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. Let me pull this up. Is the money that he making fake? Is the money that he making fake? You know what I'm saying? Are them checks cashing or what? Is the hate people have for him real or is that fake? You go, if everything he's doing is so fake, why are people so why are people so affected by it? How does it affect you what Jake Paul is doing? This shit don't really impact boxing in the negative way that people are making it seem. So basically what I'm asking, is he doing more good or bad for the sport? Forever G's, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Anybody kill boxing? It's the networks. They the ones drop boxing from their platforms, but ninjas want to address that. Nah, that's real, bro. That's real. But we trying to blame one or two fighters. You know what I mean? Last week, or last month when this first got announced or whatever it was Tank that was killing boxing. This week is Jake. Who is going to be next week? It's going to be Turkey Al-Sheikh again. It's like, bro, stop. You get me, OP. He been an asset for the most part, bro. And that's the part that they don't want to accept because it makes them uncomfortable. They want to push the narratives, get him out of boxing. He's fake. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. I ain't saying it's all good, but I think he's doing more good than bad, bro. His fights are harmless. People are signing them contracts to fight him. You get me? Think about it. We fake fight this, fake fight that. And then, oh, shit, Gervonta Davis is as real as a fighter as they come. So, it is what it is, G. It is what it is. He said Jake can't train anyone. With that, why would he? He ain't a trainer. He's the man's learning how to be a boxer still. Why would he be training people? That's foolish. That's silly. Look, man, Jake out here faster than Shakur Stevenson. Y'all been pussy. Look at him.
He beat you. .262. I quit.
No, you can't quit.
You know what I'm saying? Who say he ain't a real boxer? You know what I'm saying? Man, Core is real as it get, man. That's the face y'all love to hate right there. Jake out here faster than Core. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that y'all ain't supposed to be running around here mad at boxing, bro. It's entertainment. Let it be that. It shouldn't mess with your emotions like that. Think about it. Imagine something that a stranger doing making you that mad. Like you like, I hate it. Yeah, get him out of boxing. But the business ain't saying that. You know why the business ain't yelling, get him out of boxing? Because he making money. He bringing eyes and money to the sport. And if it make dollars, it makes sense. That's why Jake, in a weird way, it makes sense. He's not for diehard boxing fans, right? We diehards are not checking for Jake Paul fights. But he understands the value of the casual audience That's what y'all not taking into account. He's not. Didn't I tell you a while ago it's gonna be some shit with boxing that's not your speed? Jake Paul has a specific slot and a targeted audience, and he's targeting the casual audience. And we know casual fans spend money. They don't care who he fights, just long as he fighting. You get what I'm saying? So you get me. The shit don't really, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't trying too hard. You just want to be pissed off. So be mad, bro. Be mad. I ain't trying shit. Everything I'm saying, can't you refute anything I'm saying? Or could you just keep typing dumb shit? Can't refute nothing I'm saying. You're just going to keep typing the same thing. His fights are fake. Is the money fake? You ain't answered my question now. Is the money that he making fake? Or is it real? Is the opportunities that he providing fake? Or are they real? Huh? Is Tank a fake boxer or is he real? Is Canelo a fake boxer or is he real? Because before it was Tank, it was Canelo. Before Canelo decided to fight Crawford. So, again, what we talking about? You get me? Yeah, he just mad. I've been like, you can't refute nothing I'm saying. You just mad. I'm making sense. I ain't got to try. I'm just using the facts, man. I'm just using the real, bro. I'm telling you, man. And McQueen, my dog, was good with it.
Chilling, man. It's a beautiful Saturday. The sky is blue. The sun is shining, and we got Just Do. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Always a good day, man. I'm just trying to get him to look at it a different way. I don't even want to change his mind. I just want him to look at it like, yeah, you know what? It ain't that deep. Because guess what? When the 14th come, regardless of who Jake Paul fight, guess what you could do, man? Not turn on Netflix or watch all the way into the main event and then purposely be petty and then turn it off. However you choose to. So like I said, man, he doesn't impact boxing enough in terms of fights for him to be ruining the sport. People are just like I said, put yourself in his shoes and you can make this kind of money. Would you do it or not? You get me? And again, once people seen that it was a lane for him in boxing, they tolerate. They like, oh, hold on, this dude make money, and you know boxing is about money. So I respect it, man. That's all I can say. You know, I ain't praising him or none of that, but I'm not bashing him, and I'm wise enough to see that he has some value to the sport, obviously. Or if he was truly just some sideshow, the way people make it seem, I don't think he'd be this successful. I think he got a really good team around him, and they're making moves that continue to keep him relevant. Like it don't get no bigger than Canelo and Tank. You right? If you Jake Paul. So like I said, man, that shit, those type of moves legitimize him. And you can say what you want, but those shit solidify him to a degree. You like, gotta look at it a little different now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody calling them fake till they realize, oh shit, they gonna pay me what? That money real. You know what I'm saying? He fake, but the money might be real. The money is gonna be real.
I think it's important to have a conversation about why the money is a necessity in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the sport and integrity and the sanctity and all that other stuff, but what keeps the lights on?
Right.
How can you afford to book a venue? How could you afford to pay fighters? How can you afford to pay this person, that person, and everybody in between if there's no money coming in?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's important. I mean, economics plays a huge part in life. Is very, very, very difficult to find an aspect of life in which it isn't affected by economics.
Right.
So you need events like this.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily have to be an exhibition fight, but it needs to be something that's going to generate money.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take that money and allocate it towards future shows down the road.
Right.
That shit is important. After this fight right here, just think about how many other events they're going to be able to throw. When you see those MVP, and I'm talking about the other ones, the most valuable prospects, I guarantee you a lot of those bills are being footed by what's being generated by these bigger events. So that you could take that money from here and trickle it down, sprinkle it around. That's the reason why you're able to have those PBC shows every now and again when they give us a free one on Amazon Prime. It's from the pay-per-views and all those other things. So it's important to be able to generate that money.
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, what is the sport? Hell, we got fights going on right now. We ain't talking about those, but we talking about Jake Paul versus Tank or whoever the hell he's going to end up facing, and the importance of that event, right? Like the the prelims for Lewis Crockett and who is that? Joshua Buatsi. It's on right now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's only a handful of thousand people over there tuned in. So if it's all about the purity of the sport and the integrity of the sport, then folks got to be tuning in and things like that. But instead, what happens? You're tuning in when Jake Paul is fighting.
Right.
And then the other part of it is just think about all those other fighters that are on the card that wouldn't have the opportunity to fight on a platform that big.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge for them too, because you're able to build their brand, build their awareness and their recognition.
Right.
So I think Jake Paul is more good than harm. Now, of course, there's some people who don't like Jake Paul, not because of him, but hell, for whatever. I don't even really know why people don't like Jake Paul for real.
Yeah, I be
Because
trying to
I've
find
yet to hear
out.
somebody articulate why they don't like him. If you say I don't like him, he's this, he's that. Okay, what makes him fake? What don't you like about him?
That's
You can
what
say
I'm
that
trying
you
to
don't
ask,
like him.
bro. Like, what is it?
What is it?
That, you know what I'm saying? That's really pissing people off about him because, like I said, I looked at it a certain way at first too. I wasn't on the side I'm on now, and I was kind of on that other side. But then I had to take a couple steps back and like, hold on, what is he doing, and is it really that bad? We just, and I remember we was having this conversation, and we like the fighters are creatures of habit, and the fans are too. We like what we like, and we like to be stuck with what we were stuck with. When you start seeing shit change, and you get me, we view change as boxing dying. Tell me I'm wrong. Turkey Island Sheik come in here with this money, you know what I mean, with this vision, you know, with these ideas, and what they start saying. All right, you're killing the sport of boxing. Boxing dead. You get what I'm saying? Jake Paul come around. Ah, man, he fucking not boxing. Boxing is dead. Whenever we see something different that we don't understand fully, we assume that it's killing boxing. And I think that's false. I think if you pay all the way attention, and I think if with those numbers and shit that they be reporting is factual, you know what I mean? You got to say he bringing money to the sport. Shout out to Coach Malachi. I was checking his show out the other day. He was saying how he physically was at. I think he said that Jake Paul. Jake, was it a Jake or a Logan Paul event? One of the Pauls. And the shit was sold out. Like, these dudes, you get what I'm saying? They got to follow, and they attract a casual fan base. We say it all the time. How many times do we get somebody get called a casual in boxing? Damn near every live stream, somebody get called a casual. So what does that tell you? You think everybody casuals? Somebody got to feed that casual audience. Jake Paul is taking advantage of the casual audience. All y'all telling me when y'all doing all this complaining is he ain't for you, and that's okay. That's why we got real fights on the card. And being a casual is not a bad thing. Shout out to Combat Casual. Being a casual is not a bad thing either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know. Everybody it's a lane for everybody. Jake Paul is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. That's all. It's very simple. But when you sit back and you like, damn, you start paying attention, you like, it's a reason he got staying power, right? He obviously making right moves, man. Anytime, I don't give a damn. He was about to get Canelo in there. And then that's not a lie. That's not a rumor, none of that. It's a fact. That's why he started dissing him when he changed his mind. And then he beelined the Tank and got that to work out. Well, you know, now we here, but I don't know. I just got a respect for it, bro. That shit different. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want. I mean, you can feel how you want. But for me, I choose to respect it, man. That's something that everybody can't do. And that's what I'm saying. I get it. We die hard crazy, right? But we're not the only ones that support boxing. We're not the only ones that keep boxing moving. Them casual fans spend money in a heartbeat that they'll go just to watch some shit. And they won't even know nothing about the opponent or none of that. Jake. They know Jake. And they coming. And then let alone you put them in there with somebody that people know. He's a smart dude, bro. That's all I'm saying. He's a smart man. He taking that very limited skill set that he has, right? Picking up boxing super late, and he making money with that shit. And I ain't mad because there's way too much boxing to be mad at that man. You know what I'm saying? I can see if everybody start wanting to do exhibitions, then I might start looking at Jake like, damn it, you done influenced everybody, but I don't think that's going to be the case. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's just not everybody's cup of tea. Superman was good. Troy said Jake Paul is in the same category as traditional boxing, but he had a great following for boxing. There are more casual fans than anything else. That's what I'm saying, Troy. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Troy. You get me? And Jake understands that. His team understands that. There are plenty of casual fans that he's going to satisfy their appetite when he fights. They cool with it. Logan Paul doing WWE. You gotta follow him. These Pauls is they people rock with him. Just is what it is.
The kids out here drinking the prime.
Mm-hmm.
We got prime, boys.
Mm-hmm.
My son and his little friends. We got prime, boys. We got
ready
prime.
to cry for that prime. You know what I'm saying? Ready to cry, flip out over that prime. You get me? Zeke. I don't know what he got. Hella emojis in the chat. I don't know what that's about, but y'all make sure y'all double tap the screens, though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep building, man. But like I said, man, Brian Garcia, man, he said he started his boxing, he started Jake Paul boxing career is crazy. But he did to a degree. I know what he's talking about. He was around them early stages. Ryan and gave Jake Paul. That's the man. That's the man y'all really need to be mad at. See, y'all got it all wrong. It ain't Jake or Tank. It's Ryan. Ryan started this Jake Paul shit, y'all. He said it right here in his tweet. See how y'all don't read? I was just talking, y'all. I was just saying if anybody was gonna catch it. All this time, y'all mad at the wrong two people. It's really Ryan Garcia that y'all supposed to be mad at. And guess what, y'all? If he get this fight, he getting this fight after cheating Devin Haney. After getting beat up by Rolly, a.k.a. the Crayon Eater. That's what they called him, not me. Right? And then he'll get rewarded. He's still in Tank bag. You get me? Bro, Ryan is the guy that y'all need to be mad at. Y'all got it wrong. Yeah, Ryan is the culprit here. Ryan is the guy, bro. You get me? Ryan is the guy. You know what I mean? Go blow his DMs up, his mentions, go tear him up. If Ryan is the guy messing shit up. If it wasn't for Ryan, it would have been no Jake Paul. See what I'm saying? Y'all run around here mad at everybody else, and Ryan the one that put the battery in his back. You know what I'm saying? Ryan the one that made him think that Ryan basically saying, look, Jake, I brought you in. Now it's time to take you out. You know what I'm saying? That's what Ryan's saying. I brought you in this joint. Now it's time to take you out. Ryan said how his prime sweet has no sugar in it. He has a point. He was going in on prime for a minute. I'm gonna leave the prime alone. You know, I got my feelings. I don't them drinks. I know them joints be BS, but it is what it is.
Exactly, Cal Coolett. Exactly. And that's the reason why it's important to have these big events, these mega events.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it was that was in the chat that said something about the networks couldn't be any more right. You look at the NBA, MLB, they got their thing going on with Apple TV and so on and so forth. NFL, they're able to pay these guys because they got these huge network deals. Signed for X amount of years for however many $1 billion, and they're able to spread that around. But boxing, such is not the case. Like boxing is all over the damn place. It's on YouTube, it's on Punch and Grace, it's on DAZN. We've been having top rank events all over the place on Facebook. The NUA fight was on Facebook. So it's imperative to be able to find a home like a Netflix. If they could find a Netflix, then we'll be able to get what we all been clamoring for, which is more fights, high quality production value, and all that other good stuff. Like that eliminates one barrier. So I think that Jake is he's doing his part to move boxing in the right direction as far as the business is concerned.
Alden was good, homie. Yeah, Ryan slick, man. This would be an interesting change of events, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It would. Just to see that he allegedly, is taking credit for the start of Jake. And now he get to take him out sitting in the win after cheating Devin and losing to Rolly, and then essentially get rewarded with a bag and a Tank opportunity. The opportunity to steal the show is crazy. You better go out there if you fight him. I tell you what, you better go out there and win. You can't afford to get your ass beat.
I can't afford
That
that,
shit
but as
can go
long as
back.
his brand is still relatively intact, man, and he still got the
Everything
rabid
boxing.
fan base. So by
Mhm.
technicality, you can't even say that he's being rewarded. You can say he's just collecting whatever the hell is due to him based on his brand.
Right.
And that's what boxing's about, man. It's about that bread on a moment to moment basis.
Mm-hmm.
There are no guarantees, as Chico DeBarge would say.
You know what I'm saying? No guarantees, man.
Because
That's
you
dope.
got fighters out here working hard as hell, but they're not able to command that bag because they just don't have the star presence.
Right.
And Ryan Garcia, regardless of how we feel about him, and regardless of what he's done, the good, bad, and despicable, the guy still has a name that rings bells with the casual fans. And I don't even want to say just with the casual fans, with just people of all walks of life. You got some people who just like him. Man, I don't really watch boxing, but I know Ryan Garcia, so I'm gonna tune in.
You
And so
get
I
it?
wouldn't even know if I would call those people even casual fans. They're just Ryan Garcia fans.
Right. And I'm pretty sure Jake got some of them too. Kids and all, like younger kids, like teenagers, like Jake is fighting. You know what I'm saying? And they might know Tank. You know what I'm saying? So they might know Ryan too. So
They might.
you get what I'm saying? Shit start like, come on, man. Like dudes is the kids love content creators. You get what I'm
Yes, they
saying?
do. They
Like
sit
that
around
dude,
and watch streamers all day.
you
It's like
get
the
what
most
I'm saying?
mind-boggling to me. It's like,
Come
yo,
on, man. Jake
you
the
got
Ole Miss
toys
Sparty.
right
I'm not
here. Why
giving
the
him
hell are
enough
you
credit.
watching Ryan play with his toys? That shit used to piss me off. I be asking my kids, why are you watching this kid, Ryan Toy Review? Y'all got the
Mm-hmm.
same toy right here. You watching him play with his instead of playing with yours.
Uh-huh.
So some of these kids they're not even casual boxing fans. To at least a casual, they'll check in every now and again, or they may know about the big fights. Or if boxing is on TV, they might be flicking through the channels. Or well, shit, people don't really watch cable nowadays. But if some boxing related content happens to come across their screen, they might stop and watch it for a second. But some of these people aren't even doing that. It's just like, oh, I know who Jake Paul is. I'm tuning into the event. It's a spectacle.
It is. Damn spectacle for sure. I'm telling you, but that dude tapped in to that casual audience immediately. He knew it was one in boxing, seen a lane, and he in that joint speeding right now. He in that lane speeding, man, getting that casual money. I'm telling you. And now, shit, you bring a guy like Ryan, man, he got a casual appeal to him too, right? He got some that shit it could work. Like Dante said, you just never know. I know, so somebody mentioned that none of the guys will bring the views that Tank, and that could be a possibility, but shit, yeah, interesting development, man. You just never know. Because you damn sure didn't expect Ryan. Joe Quinn, what it do, homie? Don, my dog. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all double tap the screen, man. Hit that like button. Y'all sub to the channel. All right? Look at him, man. Being a member. That's 2 years, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 long years. Shout out to my homie, man. Appreciate you, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Yes, sir. Join the family. It's not pay-per-view. Remember that, right? Man, Jake Paul's not losing there. It's his events. I mean, I get why you would say that, though. I wouldn't argue about that, but I
You
tell
lost
you what,
Tommy Fury.
yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, he did. Damn sure did. So anything can happen in one of these fights, man. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? But like again, with this shit being short notice and a possible fill-in, and then I read like they say how he don't with canceling, like he want to keep things going. You know what I'm saying? So that's almost not even an option unless he had to do a business from another planet with the dude. Man, I was asking that. Lewis, what it do, homie? How you feeling? I was asking like because this could mean a lot, right? And I said it before, retiring with the kind of money that they was reporting that he could have made with Jake and retiring with just like, legal issues and shit. It different, right? It's just a different, right? So I don't know. I was wondering would that cause him to stick around longer than he anticipate it. And that could be tricky, risky, tricky, all of that, right? You just don't know what you could expect, because I would assume somebody that has things going on in a personal life need time away from the sport. And that's why I was saying it before. That's why I was being a fan of him walking away from the sport after this fight. It wasn't because I was cool with not seeing none of the fights, but when a person keep, speak on something more than once, it's like, at what point do you take heed to what they saying? And then when those same sentiments start coming out through the voices of other people, you start to really hear like, okay, well, there's some validity to this. It's a reason why a person keep talking about leaving. It's so many different conversations now that I look at them, and you heard him different platforms he was on, and how he was talking about how he told Al he was gonna retire, and this is like, you really, I hear him, so I was rooting for that. But get out with your faculties intact. He still be a little salty about not getting the fights, but I ain't about to let this shit control my emotions, and I gotta diss him and slander the man. It is what it is. Move on. Let's see who next. You know what I'm saying? Tank does the Roush Road. Nah, hell no. That's definitely not happening. And I only say hell no because it's like it's a big drop off from where he stood with, far as from a money standpoint, and then far more of a risk. And if you're not all the way locked in, right? Because in my opinion, for my money, I think he seems 1 foot in, 1 foot out, distracted, one eye on the ring, one eye on life and everything else, right? It just seems that way. And you know what I mean? I wouldn't be against him taking time. That's why I say maybe he needed a retirement, man. People do retire and come back, but just never know. But I doubt it. I doubt if we ever see a Roach fight, a rematch anyway. I don't see no reason for it. I think the momentum would be done. You know what I'm saying? Once they go do other things. They think he's destroying him in a rematch. Roach looking sharp as hell right now until you've seen him. Man, he looks sharp. He look dialed in. I'm interested to see how he's going to look against Pitbull. Really in. And that's his opportunity right there to So, Ryan Garcia, man, he got to get it. Got his hands on the Tank bag without fighting Tank. It's crazy. Crazy change of events. So, Ant, man, do you think this could be a blessing in disguise, though? Because if you somebody that's not all the way locked in, even though this is not your typical fight, it's a challenge, right? There's some danger there whenever you got a big-ass dude chucking punches at you. Y'all express thoughts of trying to get bigger gloves, so you obviously know that there's some danger there, So it's like, in one way, I say it's a blessing in disguise because, again, you're not locked in. Is it smart for you to be in a boxing ring at all, to any capacity? I mean, that's what they were trying to say. What happened in your rematch? So but he did say he was in a better mental state. He did say that. I did hear that he was in a better mental state. But shit, not if any of those reports is true. It wouldn't seem like it. So I don't know. Could be a blessing in disguise, though, man. Maybe you just need to, get some other things situated before you make that money. I don't know if it's definitely, but I know they saying they sent offers to people. They saying with Ryan, they talked about a contract or offers, should I say? You know what I mean? Offers. Brian Garcia, AJ, Anthony Joshua, Edgar Berlanga, Crawford, and Mayweather. Floyd too. Crazy. No, he already fought Logan. That'd be wild if he get one of them in there. That's it. But I'm telling you.
And selfishly, I would like to see Tank just walk away. Because of the things that he's saying in the interview, it sounds pretty concerning. Then that.
Yeah, that's why I say there's being a fan, and then there's actually listening to the fighter. And like I said, I question people saying that he gonna fight this one and that one still. And I'm like, bro, the man's talking about retiring. Y'all talking about y'all putting him in more fights even after he say he ain't fighting somebody. Y'all still like, yeah, he's gonna fight him. And it's like, at what point do you listen to the fighter and actually acknowledge what he's saying? You know what I'm saying? Brings with paydays, go over the fighter contact, and fight him.
My son called me, but yeah, just, and I'm a fan of Tanks. But I don't really care to be entertained at the expense of his emotional well-being. Because
Right.
as you're alluding to, you keep finding yourself in these situations. There was just one, in June or something like that,
Yeah.
which ended up being resolved. However, it got resolved, and then now, if these reports are true, you got another situation a few weeks out from securing one of the biggest bags of your career.
Right.
So you can't be in a great space mentally if you're doing things to jeopardize it. And
Right.
he's been dropping these little breadcrumbs in the interviews when he's talking about crying in the car and wiping his face because he gotta put on a poker face around his team,
Right.
not want to be weak, wanting to seek therapy, but not wanting to do it now because he still feels like he needs that edge. He still needs to hold on to that switch that he needs in order to, get himself in the ring and be as vicious as he needs to be. So I wouldn't want him to go in the ring and feel compromised and feel like he doesn't have that ferocity that he needs. So for me as a fan, it's like, yo, forget about the entertainment, bro. Go take care of yourself. We got plenty of other fighters out here to watch. It's been a pleasure to see him knock people out. Damn near punch my man Leo Santa Cruz over the top rope. The knock, sensational knockouts, backflips off the turnbuckle and all that good stuff. So yeah, at this rate, if it's that severe, and then another thing to take into consideration, he's clearly looking for some semblance of peace if the man went and converted to Islam. Remember the whole Abdul Wahid saga? So he's trying to find something. He's trying to find something to give him some type of equanimity in his life. So, like, bro, forget about this money. Hopefully, he manages money properly because, as folks have been saying for years, he's the face, he's the cash cow, so on and so forth. You make your biggest bag fighting him. So hopefully, he's been able to take the money that he has made, and he's been able to make some sound investments that'll sustain him.
Right.
And just walk away from the sport, bro. Go get your therapy. Go be around your kids. Go be softer for your daughters. And then also not having to carry the burden and the expectation, because it seems like that's been weighing on him as well. He sounded pretty despondent when somebody asked him about the question about him being the face in the boxing. He's like, I'm not the face of boxing. I'm just somebody who boxes. So he sounded like he don't even want the responsibility of being the
Yeah.
face of boxing.
Yeah.
The fans want it for him more than he wants it for himself. It appears.
Right. And that's why I say, how much are y'all really fans when you clearly, like, I don't give a damn, man. I don't need to be in nobody's head to know that after hearing him over and over multiple times on numerous occasions and then hearing it from different people that he ready to take a break, I'm going to still talk about how he about to fight the world. Are you really a fan, or are you just being goofy at that point? Like, because he got bigger battles, it seemed like. For real. I don't care, like, even if it's just needing to get up out of the spotlight for a while, right? Something, right? The timing of it is wild. And I said this before. I said it earlier in the stream, bro. If there's any chance that this get, like, retracted and you get me, yo, if I'm him, bro, I'm making that money and it's goodbye. I'm deactivating socials, bro. And you hear me, I'm gonna get so far away, bro. Get me on the nearest jet to the furthest island. You know what I'm saying? Away from people, bro. Like, I'm telling you, if I'm him. So I don't know, man. I just hope. I'm hopeful that, because it's strange. I don't want to hope that somebody would go out of their way to make up this kind of shit. That's wild. But it's like you would rather that be that than be real, right? If I had to take a pick, even though they both ways is shitty, I just hope for a peaceful resolution to that situation. That's all I can say on it. But if that is the case, man, hell yeah, cash in on it. Cash in. The world bugging. If that's like that, Mike Massey, my bro, what's good, Mike? How you feeling? Know what I'm saying? Get the hell on, man. Cash
out, and just move on, man.
Cash out.
That's the most important thing, yo, because at this rate, and this is what I won't hope for him. I don't want for this thing to graduate to something else. And this is for all of these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just everybody in the chat, us too, is just like, yo, it's a shame to be in a position like that a lot of people would hope and pray for. And then to still feel, I guess, the degree of disillusionment that he appears to feel.
Right.
It's like, I really wouldn't want to be in that position to have everything, but then still, you know, on the surface, it seems like, you know, it's just all business. Like, I wonder how many people call him just to ask him how he's doing.
Yeah.
As opposed to it just being like, you know, we lining up all of the logistics for some.
You know what's crazy? I've heard fans say they don't care about none of that. Get in there and fight. And that is the difference between people like us and the others that talk like that. We look at the sport in a different way because of the appreciation I think we share for it. So it's like we could level with somebody when we seeing them having some issues and you seeing them go through some things, and you clearly, I ain't saying we no damn therapists and psychiatrists, but we understand situations in life. Like you see somebody going through something and they speak out on it in different ways, and you seeing different sides of being disconnected, not being engaged, and even in the shit in the fight, from mental lapses, shit that you just don't see from them. Like it's a lot of little signs that I think it's easy to ignore and make excuses for rather than just call it what it is, man. Like sometimes you do need a timeout. That knee to me was bigger than the knee. Yeah, you could clown, make jokes and all of that, but that shit was so much. I might have a whole nother conversation on that. That knee was so significant.
I see where you're going with it.
You need
like
a fucking timeout in life sometimes, bro. You hear me?
It's symbolic.
Timeout.
It definitely is. I do feel like it is symbolic, you know, like as you're alluding to. And, you know, as fans, we got to grant these guys the same grace that we grant to ourselves and one another, right? Like all of us, we're here faithfully. You come on at 4 o'clock. It's the usual suspects in here. But then when you have those days where you can't make it because you have other things that you have to tend to,
right?
And then you post in a community post, we're all like damn, it sucks because you know we need that 4 p.m. fix. But by the same token, it's like, yo, your life and whatever you have going on is far bigger than just getting on here and entertaining us on YouTube. So it's like, yo, hey, as soon as you get right, just come back.
Right. That's it. And when you really rock with somebody, you understand that it's sometimes you're gonna go through some shit. And you know what's funny to me? The first thing the fans will say, not so much fans of him, they're like, well, you can't take it, get out of boxing, retire. Goodbye.
I don't like that shit either.
I'll be like, bro, y'all make this shit sound like it just is not what, and that's why they speak out on it more, like how people just speak on this shit and don't really know, just be talking, saying anything. That's why I try to have integrity when I speak and don't sound like the typical fan that's just talking from a place where they just don't know shit. Get what I'm saying? You ain't strong enough for it. You ain't cut out for it. Then sometimes you ain't strong. Like bro been showing you all these years. They've been doing this shit since how long? And that's the first thing you come up with is he's mentally strong enough to do it. Shit is crazy, man. They say, yo, my wife can't stand me being on these podcasts. Blessings to the wife, Louis. We appreciate you, man. Shout out to the wife, man. We know how I get. We try to be positive when we speak over here. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you just never know what somebody dealing with, man. And sometimes the writing be on the wall, but we just don't want to acknowledge it. But yeah, for a quick second, I was telling y'all about this.
Been saying it.
Yeah, like, and we keep saying, nah, yo, he's still gonna fight this. And I'm like, bro, are you really a fan, or are you just a super fan at this point? The man telling you you have to go. You putting him in multiple fights. You done put this man in 3 different fights, and he talking about leaving. Somebody asked him, hey, what you think about doing after this? He like, man, I ain't even think about that right now. Disconnected like a mud. He not even engaged. Like, bro, like, it just like draw a blank. Like, you start to hear crickets when he get asked a question. He just had that blank step. Man, I don't even know. Like, bro, he getting the money and he going. Why is it hard for y'all to understand that? He's saying it. At some point, you got to believe him. Or are we going to be mad at him for lying to our faces, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
Money is money is the panacea. It's the cure-all in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be all right. He got millions of dollars. Like,
yeah,
he's not supposed to feel any type of emotional distress or not to, be trying to compartmentalize. He's over here juggling things mentally because we don't know what the hell these people are going, what they're going through behind closed doors in their personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, oh, this guy got money, everything. That's fine.
Right.
It's like, nah.
He'd be all right.
He'd be all right? He could cry. He could cry in his Rolls Royce.
Yo, we be cold blooded, bro. Don't be care about shit. Dudes be mentally going through it. We just be like, man, he all right. You got money. He got some money. I don't feel sorry for him. All that money he got. That's how they treat it, man. Whole time he like, yeah, I'm glad I got this money, but it's a lot of shit that come with it. It ain't necessarily fun. It is not fun. It's not all fun and games, man.
He'd be all right. Just go cry on his yacht somewhere. Crying.
Yeah, I paid for his fight, so he need to fight. Yeah, that's how they be. Nah, bro. Man. We that wasn't the one. We pay his salary. We pay their bills. I hate when fans say that. I hate when I hear one person talk about how you pay somebody's bills. You and all these other strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't relax, bro. No, we the reason they got the money. So that means you get to control what they do. Like what?
Yeah, because there's no consideration for how money actually circulates. If we keeping it a stack, we all pay for each other.
Yeah.
Everybody's provided some type of service, and there's an exchange. There's currency.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What's another word for currency? Current flow. It all flows. So, like right now, I'm out here doing this delivery. Somebody's gonna pay me for this. Then I'm gonna go take the money that I make over here, and I'm gonna pay somebody over here, and then it's just gonna continue to change hands. So we're all paying for each other. So yeah, I don't understand. Just like this entitlement, this entitlement.
Right.
And yeah, you paid for a previous fight. This is not that fight. That debt has already been paid in the form of Rolly Romero not knowing where the hell the locker room was. he already gave you that gift for that exchange.
Right. Speaking of Rolly.
But you just got knocked out. You know he just knocked your ass out, right?
Make money, go to Circus Sports, make all your fucking money. We're all gonna get rich together. I get rich, everybody get rich. If you fuck with me, you fucking gonna get rich.
Rolly, no, the fight is over. You just lost. I think you think the fight hasn't happened yet.
I'm gonna go in there and beat the fuck out of Tank.
Rolly.
That's my only game plan.
Rolly, do you know that Tank just punched you and knocked you out?
Probably. Most likely. Bye.
People crazy. Barter system. America was built on that. And that's a fact. Yeah, I remember I watched this documentary a while back. That was about that. Dante was touching on the barter system, and I mean, man, it took me back. And I'm pissed off that I didn't like bookmark it or really like download it. Or I cannot find it. I will watch that shit again, man. It was very informative, man. Like, imagine looking for one thing. You know how that go. You looking for one thing and you find something else. And then you start watching it and you already got in your mind, like, I'm going to watch the first couple minutes. But the first couple minutes turned into like 2 hours and some change that the documentary was. I was like, bro, she had me locked in, man. Talking about the barter system, how we used to eat once upon a time before man started consuming flesh. It get deep, man. Golden State, what it do, man? They're still in the slave system. You know how it be. We do our best to navigate the matrix, man, but let's keep talking this boxing because we ain't done. So look, I got this up on the screen, like I said, y'all, just so y'all can see it. This is posted directly from the MVP. This was a response directly, or pretty much the message that they put out. I mean, and who they made offers to. So you see them names. Garcia, Joshua, Berlanga, Crawford, Mayweather. That shit crazy. Shout out to Reed. What's good with it, my guy? You know what I'm saying? So, look, I don't know, man. I don't know which one of these guys to get it, but I just know Ryan took the bait, the fastest in terms of responding. I didn't hear nobody else. I mean, some you can just process of elimination. It's not going to be Anthony Joshua. I think he was nursing an injury too as well, and I don't think his comeback is going to be with Jake Paul. That's out. Terrence Crawford, come on, he just fought Canelo Alvarez. Why in the hell? And I get it, the money, but he ain't doing that. I doubt it. Floyd, the only reason I won't 100% cancel Floyd out because he petty. Because he petty, probably it wasn't nothing more. But but at the same token, nah, I doubt that too. So when you look at that list, man, it's only one that really stand out, and that's why I came here talking about this. Like, it's the one that's getting the most, I think, attention as far as being a potential replacement. And the other name follow is Berlanga. I forgot to mention that. I do think Berlanga could be a possibility, but what does that do for him if when he got asked about, what he got going on, what's next, he said, just planning on trying to come back, get back in the mix. Shout out to DP Rocker. What's good, fam? How you feeling? So that's what he said. So I don't know.
Teach. I'm gonna have to rehash what he said. Ryan makes the most sense in terms of amplifying the event because he's another big name. But I think that Berlanga, it makes the most sense for Jake as far as being able to legitimize himself. Because that's been the number one criticism. You keep fighting these old retired UFC guys and small retired basketball players. We need to see you fight somebody. And Edgar Berlanga is somebody. Like, the average boxer that was coming up would not be fighting Edgar Berlanga in like their 10th fight or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's one area in which I've given Jake some grace. Well, I'm not like super enthused about the guys that he's fought in the past, but by the same token, I mean, I look at my favorite fighters' resumes, and their first 10 fights are guys I don't remember, or guys with upside down records. Like, that's just the nature of the business. Only thing with him is they're recognizable names, but guys who weren't necessarily boxers, but they were combat sport athletes. So I say to some degree, these guys do have striking experience, but I think a Berlanga fight, and Berlanga, I think that Berlanga would also be able to answer some questions himself about where he is, what level he's on.
Yeah. It don't got to be all bad.
No, because he got damn near 12? He got damn near 12 hit by Canelo. Got knocked out in his last fight.
Yeah.
So you got some questions about him too.
And he got dead.
So
He
you
got
can,
filthy too.
yeah, he did.
Hamza Shiraz, they spare him no expense. He beat his ass.
That shit got dark real quick.
Hamza made up for that damn Adamas performance. He said, "Yeah, y'all got me messed up." You know what I'm saying? He got it there, put the beats by Dre on Berlanga. He did him bad too. I mean, you can tell like somebody with limited defense, you can't be right in front of no Hamza Shiraz, man.
Mm-mm.
He was just defending. I was like, I know he in trouble. He don't got the answers. Said Berlanga lose to Jake in the pink flip fight.
And that's what I'm saying, Dante.
Free agent? No, he
Nah,
was
but
free agent.
what I think that Dante is on the same page that I'm on as far as if you lose to Jake Paul, what the hell does that say about you moving forward in your career?
That it might be over.
That's what I'm saying. And you seen that they were looking to pull that stunt with Anthony Joshua. I believe
Yeah,
that's another reason possibly why he wouldn't be on the table.
yeah, me too.
Because they were basically giving him the Pirates ultimatum. Like, if you don't beat this dude, you got to walk the plank.
Right, right,
You got to walk the plank, bro. So I think
right.
that Berlanga's in a similar situation. It's like, who do you fight? Who do you fight that's coming off of that loss that's going to be substantial enough, to
Mm-hmm.
get you the money that Berlanga is probably looking to produce, right? Like, who's going to get that for you? And then the other thing is, if you mess around, go in there with Jake Paul, who the hell do you fight coming back after that? So I feel like you might as well a win-lose situation for him. I don't think it's all bad. The
Right.
win is you get a big ass bag. If you lose, then it's damn near virtually over. I don't think any promoter's gonna look to sign you, especially if it's like a bad, like you get knocked out. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
anybody's gonna look to sign you. And you just say he's a free agent, right? And if he is, who the hell
Mm-hmm.
is signing him after that?
Right. Where's
But
opportunities gonna come from?
you got a nest egg in the event that you lose. But in the event that you win, you get a big bag, and now you got an even bigger profile.
Right.
If Jake loses, then it's like, well, see, he wasn't as good as he claimed he was.
Mm-hmm.
But he can still continue with business as usual because he wasn't supposed to be here anyway.
Yeah.
This is a guy that
Right.
just picked up boxing. Berlanga, he's got an amateur pedigree and all that stuff. So
Right.
Jake is essentially just trying that he does from here. So I think it's pretty much a win-win for Jake, and it's a win-lose for Berlanga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. His name recognition now. He'll eat for another decade. Say he's made some good money too already. Like, you heard that come out a bit with Hitchens. It's like how much money these dude was getting to just fight these guys that he was just knocking out. You know what I mean? He said Hitchens said he had to get with the right folk. Man, he said he seen kind of bread he making. Like, hold up, man. I'm fighting tougher guys and I ain't making this money. Man, hold on, what's going on? We ain't gonna luck up with a
He can
win versus
extend that with
no
a Jake
win.
Paul fight, though. He can extend that, you know what I mean, and do like George Kambosos. George Kambosos beat Teofimo, and that dude pretty much been in the honeymoon phase for the past God knows how long now. Title fight after title fight. He's having hometown fights.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw, it don't even really matter. Like, his team has done a phenomenal job with him. So,
Right.
Langa, man, get that damn Jake Paul fight if you can. And they're close in size. And I think that's another thing that bodes well for Jake in terms of the public perception. Because fighting against Tank, I don't give a damn what he says about the gap in experience. Bro, this dude is 5'4.5", 130 pounds. You like 6'1", 200.
Right.
That does absolutely nothing for you if you were to
True.
beat Tank Davis.
Right.
All you would be doing is basically giving us a physics lesson. That bigger object hit smaller object and was able to knock smaller object down. Like that's it. Nothing
Right.
more or less. It wouldn't say anything about his damn boxing skills. But to go in there with a guy like Berlanga, who's roughly the same size, and we've seen him even at 168 after rehydration, he was in there big as hell. Like that motherfucker looked like
Yeah.
he looked like a mountain compared to Canelo when they fought.
Right.
So Jake going there and handle business with a guy like that, who's got an ancient background, who's been in there with tough fighters, like win, lose, or draw. Berlanga's actually got a pretty solid resume. Like Marcelo Caceres is a solid fighter. Steve Rolls, solid veteran fighter. Canelo Alvarez, Hamza Shiraz. So he's building a solid resume. So if you were going there with a guy who's the same size, about the same age, and he's got some good punching power, hell, Jake don't even got to win the fight. All he got to do is not get knocked out and give a great account of himself. And you'd be like, okay, Jake pretty solid. It's more to prove.
Right. Jake went against Berlanga. He no longer a circus act. I'm telling you that shit. Or if he slipped up, got Ryan in there and beat him too. Should be crazy. That should be crazy.
Hell yeah, Cal. It'll solidify him for sure, for sure. We be looking at him like, okay, he's been improving. And guys have been saying as much. Like guys like Hasim Rahman Jr. and other dudes who have shared the gym with him. They said that, shared the ring with him. They said he got solid punching power. He's actually dedicated. He's locked in. He's been working. So if he's been able to put that on display against a guy like Berlanga, forget about it. Instead of like the ghost of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say I don't even really feel like Jake has to actually win the fight. If he could even, say if he loses by decision, but it's a competitive decision,
Right.
in which he looks competent,
Right.
like he doesn't look out of his depths, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
The brand gets even bigger for Jake.
Yeah. Yeah. And he out here saving lives and shit.
Let me tell you who Jake Paul is as a person. I'm about to expose the fuck out of him.
I don't think he's a terrible person, man.
I don't care. I'm going to expose him. I was about to end my life. Called Nikisa, Jake Paul's boxing manager.
Yeah.
He took me to the Tupac exhibition. He really likes me. And I said, my life is over. Is there anything you can hire me to do? A couple of days later, I get a call from Jake Paul. What's up, Yusuf? How you doing? I'm not doing good, Jake. The Deji fight really fucked me up. Jake, I'm about to off myself. I'm done. And I was. And he goes, I know the best therapist in LA. I tell her I need to go to a mental health hospital. I can't afford it. She calls me back and goes, Jake is gonna pay for your hospitalization. We don't want you saying anything. He just wants to do it to help you. Jake Paul paid and saved my life.
And that's real. I'm going to pay to say that, man. Like, say about the off itself after that Deji fight. She got critical. He's ready to call it quits. You know what I'm saying? I respect stories like that, man.
Hell yeah.
Yo, listen, the pettiness in me, Cal, was thinking like, man, why is he sitting that way? Why is he sitting that way? But I respect the story though, man. You know, Jake be doing some solid stuff behind the scenes, man. What else, man? Yeah, that's something that I
think it's good for those stories to be heard too, man, because as a fan, it provides a different perspective other than the one that we manufactured. As I said earlier, it's like, yo, I don't like this guy. Why don't you like him? He's so fake. Why do you feel that way? He just is.
Notice they just keep it going. They never explain themselves. And then they get offended when you question it. Nah, because if you can't explain your hate and disdain for somebody, you just repeating what other people are saying. You saying the same shit as everybody else. It's like, bro, man, y'all run around here hating strangers, bro. That shit weird. This sports and entertainment. You're supposed to have fun. I know you ain't got to like everybody, but dang, y'all be hating people. Yeah, master at marketing. I promise you he is. Looking out for them women. Telling you in a huge way.
But even with Turkey, to hear the way that these guys talk about him, between Terrence, Keyshawn, when he was saying like Turkey's actually cool as hell, like behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's important to hear those takes on those guys. So
The people that had the personal interactions with him, as opposed to the people that had the outside looking in view, right?
Right.
I want the people that got the inside view of what's going on and how this dude moving. Is he doing business right? Do he treat you right? And you know what? So far, off the top of my head, outside of that Adamas and Shiraz fight, the only person I've heard remotely try to say that, he's done him dirty, I think that I can think off the top of my head, is Floyd Schofield. Them damn Schofield people. That's it. Only ones that try to say, oh, they poison this and that. And I was like, that's it. I can't even think of too many people that I was like, oh, he ain't treat me right. He did me dirty. He did bad business. It's not a whole lot of those guys. I ain't going to say that's the only one, but that's off the top of my head. Floyd Schofield. That YouTube fights 99% of the time are garbage. You say like you talking about like the influencer fights, YouTube fights? Some of them be okay if it's like we're a lot of us are kind of like, in that diehard, lane, right? So that shit not gonna overly impress you seeing that shit. But if you know what to expect, like, don't expect too much from those kind of fights, because those are not guys that have traditional, upbringings in the sport of boxing. They're not considered athletes, right? They're people that start training, working, now they doing some boxing, right? It's not the same as somebody that's been playing sports, different sports, came up doing boxing their whole lives. It's not the same. So I don't expect much from them. Like, you set the bar low, not to sound crazy, but boxing's tough as hell, man. You like to perfect it. You can't just do, a couple training camps, get in some type of shape. Now you boxing, and that's what these guys be doing. So I know to set the bar reasonably low, right, for these guys, expectation level, should I say. And some of them that get in there and fight, surprisingly enough. Like, who's been, if that's what you're talking about, the influencer stuff, who.
I know a lot of people are pretty partial to Salt Poppy. I've been hearing a lot about how he's been getting better from Misfits to Misfits fight.
Yeah, I seen the super hot fire dude kind of getting some work in. I was like, yo, he out here beating people. I mean, there's a couple of them weird names in them dudes that was around, like influencers or content guys, and they out there, they working. I mean, some of these dudes be making it work. See, Charleston White versus the Island Boys, the worst. Oh yeah, nah, that's different, bro. Yeah, that's bogus. That's since 100% like, that's just like jumping straight from the couch and getting in there. They ain't put together. You could look at Charleston White, but he ain't never had a training camp. He ain't never had a training camp in his life. His ass built like a sperm cell or something. I swear.
I was gonna say Earthworm Jim.
That man, Charleston White's built like a damn sperm cell. Oh man, damn tadpole or something. Tim, what it do, homie? I seen somebody with the video of Young Thug surfacing say you built like a cell. Oh, the internet is a crazy place, bro. But yeah, Salt Poppy H2O. Hope Tank pull out 502 Chapo Rambo. He might not have no choice. Might not be up to him. If depending on the thing is, you ain't heard Netflix make no statement. I would like to know what their feelings are on it, or maybe they just don't make a statement and they allow Jake to probably figure out a replacement or something. But I think the fact that his offers sent out multiple offers to multiple fighters is a sign that it could be potentially somebody else. Sperms out one eye banging into the wall all the way to the end. I'm telling you, bro, the how he made it. His ass never developed from the sperm cell that he was. Salt Poppy got cooked by Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson got Salt Poppy. He did. He stopped his run. But Salt Poppy was on the little run before then, man. I ain't even mad at that. Tony Ferguson, a real fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at that. But the dude was competing, bro. It is surprisingly, like, it just, you know what? It just goes to show you when you lock in on something and take it serious to a degree that you can produce some interesting results. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You know what I mean? So I could say at the bare minimum, I felt like he was working hard enough to be decent at it, right? To be good at it. But he wasn't just trash. I had that like button, man. So up to the channel. We're gonna rock for a bit. We're gonna change the subject.
Frank Gore low key been getting busy too. The ex-football player.
You said who?
Frank Gore that used to play running back for
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I remember with Frank Gore. Getting it in a little bit. Yes, sir. The last thing I think I'll say, man, in regards to this situation, well, we're going to wait and see in these upcoming days if it's an official announcement in terms of a replacement for Tank, or if it's just panic, or if it's them trying to, you know, just in case kind of backup plan. Rather see Crawford beat that man down. You trying to see Jake Lawrence, trying to see Jake get his ass kicked. But I feel you. But yeah, man, there was a lot of you know, back and forth about, you know, all of the different people helping Tank. And I hate this sensitive ass, like, I don't know what to call this boxing era that we in. We be trying to, like, I don't know what's the word, murderize, man. Like the kid, these for doing the simplest shit. Like, and I'll say this: you mad at any of these guys in the ring sparring? Be mad at the guy that was gonna fight him. If you're not mad at the guy that's fighting him, shut the hell up about the guy sparring. It's not a real fight. They don't owe each other no loyalty. Everybody in this picture, at least for us boxers, they rock with each other. Tank had issues with Montana Love, Shakur, Ray Ford, and Keyshawn. None of them dudes owe him loyalty. They're not. You can't stab somebody in the back that you don't have to be loyal to. And again, miss me with that selective outrage, fake ass outcry. If you're not crying when your favorite boyfriend said he was turning the back and not making a fight, then you shouldn't be mad at the guy that he said that to, entertaining the circus. He having fun, taking advantage of the moment. He already told y'all, hate me. He know what it is. Y'all gonna talk shit, be mad, and he gonna make a bag. It's gonna be easy money for him. He gonna give him a few pointers, move on about his day. And then all of this shit is gonna be for nothing if it's not even Tank fight November 14th and it's Ryan Garcia. I wonder who y'all gonna be mad at then. Y'all more mad at these guys than you are for the fighter, the situation that he could currently be facing. Quiet about that. The fact that he decided to 180 from a fake boxer, a YouTuber, to, oh, I'll fight him. And I'm not mad. I'm just saying, for the people that's being mad, y'all selective. Y'all not mad at the right shit. This shit is entertainment. Nobody's doing nothing wrong to this dude. Nobody's like, owe him no loyalty. You just don't, right? Same way he didn't owe Shakur a fight. He didn't. I'll say he owed it to the boxing world and himself before I say he owed it to Shakur. And Shakur owed it to the boxing world himself to make the best fights possible, right? Because that's what he been building himself to be. But just is what it is. If you weren't mad when he was talking that, you was. And it's funny how things work out. If this fight doesn't happen with Tank and G, y'all cheered for one of the biggest fights. Shout out to Jordan. Y'all cheered for one of the biggest fights in boxing not happening. You cheered. You heard him. He checked him, man. He told him, man, get it out the mud. You ain't gonna get no fight. It was funny. And then now for this fight not to possibly happen, and then Ryan get it. And y'all know how much I hate Ryan, right? Yeah, racist Ryan, lying, crying Ryan. Yeah, that guy, that dude, unpredictable Ryan. Yeah, the one that cheated Devin. I got beat up by the crayon eater and Rolly. That ain't did nothing since then. Yeah, the fact that he would be getting that fight and that bag and that opportunity. That's why I called it karma. Not so much for Tank, but for the people that push that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The weird-ass narratives. Y'all celebrated y'all favorite fighter letting you know that one of the biggest fights, at least what we thought was one of the biggest fights in boxing, wasn't going to happen if it was up to him. Y'all celebrated it. No outcry. You wasn't mad at him. You didn't say no. That's what you get. I heard y'all justifying. He talked himself out of a fight. Sometimes you just got to shut up and do that. They're the only fighter in boxing that everybody else got to shut up, bow down, don't say nothing, just hope he pick you and praise everything he do. Worship the ground he walk on. Just be happy with the opportunity. Nah, bro, because the same way he give opportunities to make money, they give him opportunities to further himself and be great. Because the better the opposition, the more you solidify yourself as a top-tier fighter in the sport. It's a two-way street. Everybody needs a great dance partner. I don't give a how many tickets you selling in the sport of boxing. Don't matter. So it's going to be a bit of some karma, some humble pie for the people that celebrated when they thought that one of the best fights wasn't never going to be made. You were cool with it. Now are you cool with him possibly not fighting and figuring something else out, and then seeing Ryan Garcia possibly get the shot, or Edgar Berlanga? Because I don't see nobody else realistically on the list coming close. It's going to be Ryan or Berlanga, in my opinion. And I'm leaning towards Ryan because he jumped on it immediately. They got a history. Maybe Ryan, I don't know, buy into the system. But again, man, these guys ain't did nothing wrong. They owe each other loyalty because they rock with each other. That's it. So, and it's not a real fight. So hell no. I ain't mad at none of these guys. I ain't mad at Tank. I ain't mad at nobody in the picture with Jake. It is what it is. Life goes on. It's not a real fight. Don't count it against their records. And I think people just looking for a reason to be mad. Typical shit. Typical. So lastly, shout out to YSM and the homie Greg Hackett. He gave a breakdown, I think, in terms of people speaking about the sparring and if they were sellouts for sparring. You know, Tim Bradley went viral talking about it. Him and Jalen Love went back and forth. And he doubled down on it. But we're going to see what Greg Hackett had to say. JJ, what's good? Damn, bro, we out here still catching strays. You know, they call him the crayon eater. I don't. The people do. Coach B said Jay should be fighting Boo Andre. Nah. Hey, Coach, that's too much. And Boo Andre going to beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to happen. You got to think Jake, part of his thing, I think, is fighting a fight that can keep the show going, not in the show. And I think fighting the Andre ends the show. Fighting Terrence Crawford, I don't care how big he is, that ends the show. Anthony Joshua, that ends the show. But Berlanga or Ryan, man, that's an interesting show. You just never know. What happened to weight classes? This ain't a legit fight. So I think you could kind of, you know what I mean, throw that by the wayside. It's a hybrid fight, right? They got their own category. It's not on their records. So it's an exhibition. That's all. You know what I mean? Weight classes still matter. Unless you special or great like Terrence Crawford, then they don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? You want to compare it to Tank for a Netflix event. You might be right, Poy. That's why I think it's smart to rock with Ryan over Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? I do. But let's hear what Greg Hackett had to say, and then we can move on to what else we got in this show. Put an end to all this public fake outrage about outcry about them sparring with a guy for a damn exhibition fight. And I don't know why. You know what? I'll do it this way. I don't know why that was muted. I didn't, but let me get it to it, man. So I remember Turkey calling him Jack Paul. Yeah, Jack Paul. Shit is funny. Call it, man, Jack Paul. Saying he wanted AJ. Yeah, he wanted AJ to fight him and stop him. And look, now AJ entered into the chat. You know, if he can really get it, he gonna get it. You know, if he can really get it, he gonna get it. You know it. You know it. Right, we're gonna fire. Hold on, so we're gonna see what Jake had. I mean, what Brad had to say.
Recently, Ray Savage, for people that don't know, Raymond Ford, and Shakur Stevenson have come under fire due to training or due to I think Ray's already down there and Shakur is going down there, but sparring Jake Paul in preparation to his fight with Gervonta Davis. Now we just saw something like this with Boots caught a lot of flack for sparring Canelo Alvarez for his bout with Terrence Crawford. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the, motherfuckers saying, "Oh, you dead wrong"? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, my thoughts is I don't care because they got to do what they got to do. Both of them boys got daughters, man. It's different with daughters. You can tell your son next week. You can't tell your daughter. No.
Tell him, GHB. Tell him again, bro.
Because they got to do what they got to do. Both of them boys got daughters, man.
Tell him. Yo, you can't even tell your daughter 5 seconds from now. They're going to be looking at you like you crazy. I'm trying to tell you. That shit be crazy. They be looking. Telling you. Son might go chill. His daughter going to flip out.
But the only thing that's weird about it, Jake Paul, for one, is not even a real fight. 2, he's not even a 35 or 47, nothing. He's a fucking cruiserweight. So it's like, y'all trying to help you crush things.
But I don't think it's that. I promise you, I don't think it got nothing to do. And I see people like, they always, you know, Shakur, because he one of the biggest names in the sport, contrary to popular belief, right? They don't want you to know that, but he is, because they can't stop talking about it. Think about it. Everybody that talk about him say don't nobody watch him and talk about him and want to see him, but they can't stop talking about him. It's like the most wildest shit I've ever seen. I'm telling you, but they've been going in on him the most. And it's like you obviously know why. But I don't think this shit really has nothing to do with really wanting to see him lose. So we gonna just conveniently or forget that Shakur was asked who wins, and I'm about to pull that shit up in a second too. Who wins? And he was like, "Man, Jake ain't beating no Tank. Like with his help or not, I'm pretty sure his opinion don't change. I guarantee you, if you ask him now who gonna win, and you gonna say the same shit. He's not about to say, "Well, yeah, I help Jake now. Yeah, I taught him everything he know." It's too much of a skill gap, bro. People are this fake outrage, like they just want something to push, and people are easily triggered, right? Yeah, man, they teaming up. Even me, I called it the Dream Team, the Avengers, whatever you want to call them. This shit is funny because it don't even matter at the end of the day. And the guy that's in question, being called all this and that, is saying that Tank is gonna win this fight. He too skillful. I don't care how he say, don't care what size difference is. He said Tank is gonna win this fight. But I think he did say Tank ain't gonna knock Jake out. But it's a lot of people that said that. But y'all be so mad at Core. The last thing he said he was right about. He said Tank and Lamont Roach was going 12 rounds. He said that. Bet on it, made money on it and everything. So Youngin be knowing what he talking about, man. Next, let's keep going.
It's like y'all tell me, it ain't no secret they don't fuck with you.
And they don't. Anybody be surprised that Shakur, Keyshawn, Raymond Ford, Montana Love, they had crazy sparring. Him and Tank had like heated sparring. Him and Shakur had a damn 20-minute sparring session. A round, should I say. A round. Like they did sparred in the ring on Twitter. Him and Ray Ford back and forth on Twitter. Him and Keyshawn back and forth in the DMs. Like, why are people surprised? And it's Jake Paul. He's a fucking troll. He probably offered every last one of these dudes in the picture a bag to come help him. The bare minimum. They not giving him all of the game. He's not about to just transform into the greatest fighter because they're helping him. His optics matter more than reality. What did people start saying when they seen Kid Austin and Ronnie Shields in that corner? What did they start saying? They started thinking Ronnie Shields was really training them. That shit be optics, these photo ops. This shit look good. Shit look good. Yeah, like let's show a little video or a little boomerang with Shakur and Jake in the ring sparring. Yeah, man, Shakur probably in there working him over. He beating Jake ass. Whole time he probably like, schooling him a little bit, showing him some game, but it's not going to be enough to beat Tank, in my opinion, if that's who's in the ring with him. This dude, I told y'all, he had Clout Demon. The minute he got Core in camp, it was going to be picture, video, or both. You were going to see it, pictures and video. I told you, there was no way he was going to have him in camp and not show y'all. There's no way he was going to do it. So again, man, this shit is all for nothing. He using this shit to his advantage because he know he got people talking. This is the same dude that generated over 1 billion views with the AI, with the fake videos of him and Tank kissing, him pulling up, ringing Tank doorbell, fake pulling up to his house. The dude is a Clout Demon, but I don't even mean that in a bad way. He knows how to get people to talk, whether that's good or bad. He knows if you're typing Jake Paul, hashtagging his name, speaking on his event, it's good for him. You get me? So it's not that deep. So he got all the Tank ops in the picture. Jake Paul, a super troll with money and influence. Anybody could take a free bag. Nobody's is above getting money. Tim Bradley made the comment that they don't need no money. It's not a matter of need. Do they want money? Because I don't sit here thinking that nobody's like, man, I just hope Jake beats him. Nah, I don't think that. You think Shakur would rather Jake Paul be the one to beat him than him? He already spoke on that. He didn't want to be the one. He didn't want to be the one to give him a loss. Not no Jake Paul. Shout out to Jake, though.
I'm trying to even like, but y'all sending
Hit that like button, y'all. Double tap your screen, sub to the channel. Yeah, the Avengers. I told you, y'all. The Avengers.
I'm trying to even. It's like, but y'all sending in like the Avengers to help. Like
the Avengers is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you get.
Yo, Jake, he assembled the Avengers.
Like if you get all the bullies together and get them to help this one kid that ain't had no business in the yard anyway.
That's too bad, motherfuckers.
Like,
Montana,
savage. Like, and I get it, 'cause, man, listen, you gotta take care of these babies. You gotta do what you
He's showing just there for backup.
But it's like
he's showing just making sure Ray Core in Montana
like,
good.
It's a chess move to me. I mean, it's a chess.
Yeah, it's a chess move. Damn, it's a chess move. And I'm telling you, if Jake was fighting Shakur and not Tank, he would have reached out to Tank too. That's what I think. Because he is super troll like that. Now, whether or not Tank would have helped him, who knows? Probably not. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm willing to bet whoever he was fighting, if they had like a rival or a guy that people talk heavily about fighting, yeah, man, it's the reason he reached out to his team. Shakur, out of all people, he knew it was going to get y'all talking. He know y'all the disdain for Shakur Stevens. He know. This shit, nobody peeping to play. This shit was actually a smart move by him to do it. This shit ain't that deep. I'm pretty sure they're not going rounds and rounds and rounds. I guarantee you he ain't have no Jake Paul doing 4-minute rounds like he was just doing with Sam Noakes. That's what y'all don't even question. What's the quality of work that they get? I mean, Shakur is going to always be quality because he's just one of their best fighters. So that's just how that go. But seriously, like, what you think they putting hours on in? Like, yeah, man, Jake, you got to learn this new southpaw move, man. You got to learn how southpaw think, move, and everything. Like, just knock it off. It ain't that deep.
Dudes that you done have back and forth with that really don't like you.
That's what he did. All the dudes that don't like Tank. Come on, man.
Paying me.
Jake's smarter than y'all think.
Like, yo, if you ever been down to where they train, for anybody watching, that shit is lovely. Yeah. I stayed down there for the Sabril Matias fight. That shit is lovely.
And I heard that Jake Paul run a smooth camp. Like he make sure everybody cool.
See? He take care of you. Make sure you good. Who don't need to be taken care of in the sport of boxing? Shit. Easy money.
In the kind of like the gated community I was staying
You see who in the middle?
Oh,
easy money. Not even a fighter is in the middle. Shakur is.
I ain't even been to Puerto Rico. See, talking that shit.
I went for work.
No, but we gonna talk about it. Yeah.
I went for you lived in LA for how long? You lived in LA.
I didn't live in LA. I was working.
Wait. Okay. How long were you out?
G funny as hell.
Months at a time.
Exactly. If you, for anybody that's watching, if you stay somewhere for months, you live in there.
I was working.
Working too.
I've never been to Puerto Rico.
What's your thoughts on, like, it just seems like now it's just gonna be backlash for sparring people? Is that
backlash for sparring is crazy.
Cool, Ray, Montana Love. Y'all know y'all ain't, at the end of the day, y'all ain't doing nothing wrong, man. This comes with the job.
Exactly.
This what we do, this game we in, come with the job. You know what I'm saying? And this is some shit that when you get older, you can have pictures and videos. And you can tell your kids, yo, it was this YouTuber back in the day. He used to fight pro a couple times. I mean, we helped you get ready for Tank one time. Tank beat his ass, but we still had fun. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just some shit.
Exactly, bro. That's all it is.
Come with the job. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? People getting mad about sparring. Like, come on, bro. Y'all want some weird shit. I feel like people be trying to stir shit up between boxers.
They do.
It's already a tense territory. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody on angles, everybody a gorilla. I was just up in New York, and some people was doing some cool shit. Someone was doing some gorilla shit. You know what I mean? We trying to, like, see what you do, bro. You ain't got to walk around me like that. I don't give a fuck. So it's already like that. So to try to create shit I feel like that's just to keep shit going. Like I said in the beginning, these boys got daughters, man. You got to take care of the daughters. Man. That's that.
Yo, where did all this, like, and maybe it's because it's non-boxing culture people, even though Tim said it, but I'm like, yo, what loyalty do they owe to him?
Didn't I say that?
Talking great. And
I just said
I'm
that.
not saying that.
Didn't I just say that? What loyalty that they owe this guy? I just said that. And that's a question. And that's how you know people are fake. Because on one end, they'll tell you they don't like friends in boxing. But then at the same time, they telling you he's snaking Tank some kind of way. How are you snaking somebody that you're not cool with? How? Explain that. Explain it. But they be like, well, they was friends once upon a time. But then they hate the fact that Shakur and Keyshawn call each other brothers. You got to make it make sense. People push narratives when it's convenient, bro. It's not that deep. They don't owe that man no loyalty whatsoever. He don't owe Shakur a fight. Shakur don't owe that man no loyalty. He don't owe him a bag. Shakur don't owe him no loyalty. Oster 40, what it do, homie?
Owe them or they don't Tank, but what loyalty?
Yeah, neither guy owe nothing. They don't owe each other nothing.
But to me, it don't even go that far as loyalty because it's sparring, and this is what we do.
Yes.
Imagine, you know how many people. So think about art. Think about art. You know how many people they create great art and can't sell it? You know how many people be out here doing construction jobs and they stop getting the finance because whatever happened with the owners, they can't get the job finished. Now they out of work. You know what I'm saying?
But you
doing what you do.
I feel he be talking crazy to them. Right? They be talking crazy. I'm talking about Tank. No, I'm talking about Tank. Tank be talking crazy to them.
Yeah.
And they talk crazy to Tank. So why am I going to expect like nothing?
Yeah, it's all funny.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tank
Yeah.
fun. I'm pretty.
That's a fact.
And I just wanted to say, the reason I said Tim, because Tim Bradley's a hustler. At the end of the day, I'll post to Tim Bradley. I be seeing Tim Bradley Jones. He's a hustler. I like Tim Bradley. I mean, he's funny. It's the game, though. What you gonna do?
Yep.
Come with the game.
Come with the game, man. Come with the game. Shout out to the homie YSM, man, and GHB. Always giving a level-headed breakdown, man. But that's why I say, man, it's just boxing and it don't be that big a deal. People just be making big deals out of small shit so they can have something to argue about on these panels and these live streams, bro. Don't be that deep. You know what I'm saying? These dudes ain't friends. They not cool. I don't give a damn if they was cool once upon a time. They not cool no more. So it's time for people to get over it. And let's just sit back and see whatever show they're going to give us and enjoy it, man. What I'm really excited for, though, I definitely was going to watch Jake Paul and Tank. If that's not the fight, if it's Ryan, I'll watch it. If it's Berlanga, I'll watch it. But I really want to see Gary Antoine back. And like I said, I've been looking forward to see what Bumgarner going to look like again in with Derek James. So she got a lot of heat for her performance and how she looked. A lot of people don't think she looked good since the PD allegations. So she get a chance to kind of knock down some narratives with the right kind of performance. You know what I'm saying? The right showing. So I just want to see what, you know what I mean? I pay attention to the real boxing. I get it, man. Jake is not everybody's cup of tea, like I said earlier, but that don't mean you got to hate it. You know what I'm saying? Still should be able to respect game, man. That man making money. Look at it from a business standpoint. If you can't look at it no other way, right? He's doing something right if he's making millions of dollars doing something that he didn't start doing as a kid. You get what I'm saying? That's something that I have a respect for. He's and it ain't like he going after the casual fan base. He going after the people that like him. It's an audience for him, right? So respect to Jake, this fight. Prayers to Tank, the young lady in their situation. I hope they can work through it, come to a common ground and move on. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's what it is, y'all. That's just what it is. Double tap the like button, man. Double tap the screen.
Hit the like.
Yes, sir. I hate to say it, but we got to run the likes. Got to like the stream, bro. It's free. But something I wanted to speak on. I played that video real quick. It's short, real quick with Shakur and Jake Paul, where Jake Paul beat him in a little speed test, right? And he said he was faster than him. And remember that clip I played the other day with Teo saying, like, Shakur is slow and Matter of fact, I'll just play. He went on Brian Custer. He said some shit.
You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur is slow. He's slow. I seen him at lightweight. I seen only highlights of his last fight with Cepeda, and he's slow. He's really slow. There's nothing more to it than that. So it's I think that with everybody that he's seeing and from his group and from those that have been, killing the game, honestly, like Terrence Crawford, which he calls and refers to as Big Bro. I think that the whole thing of that nature, I think that's really what's keeping him wanting to aim for bigger and better fights and for better opposition. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
That's some bold words from T.O., man. He said he want to whoop his ass. He either take him to school, give him his first loss, either make him quit on the stool, or knock him out. He said he is really slow. I've never heard that before about Shakur. I'm not surprised by anything T.O. says. T.O.'s a fast, twitchy guy. He's very athletic. But timing, man, timing beats speed, man. Shakur got some really good timing. That's not me just saying it. Just watch the fights. He has really, or listen to the people that spar him and work with him and shit. Listen to the Sam Noakes. That was a recent one, right? He came out with a statement talking about Shakur in one of them videos, man. He was laughing about how good that man is. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they told him he was going to spar Shakur. He telling the whole story like, who? He like, you mean Shakur Stevens? Hold on, man. Do I still got the clip, man? Got to put some respect on the youngin', man. Virgil say, earn your way there through the amateurs and pros, and then you should be there at the top. But see, Virgil, not everybody, that's not everybody's path, right? Everybody's path is different. Get what I'm saying? It's going to be some people that come up that way and still don't get their just due. You know what I'm saying? From all the work they put in. But it's some like Jake Paul every now and then that's going to be able to break the mold and be able to, find a different way to be successful in the sport, right? And that's what he's done. I mean, he's taken his influence in other areas and he's brought his following and shit with him to the point where people rock with what he's doing and he's successful because of it. But I think to kind of make what he's doing tolerable, he's done right by the sport overall. Like, I don't think he's hurting the sport. I think he's bringing eyes to a different audience, and it's an entertainment factor that he brings. Not saying it's for everybody, but some people don't care. They just want to see two people getting punched. And if it's a Jake Paul who they support for years because they've been fans of him, then they cool with it, Mad 7. What's do people say when Tank makes his ring walk? Good for him. Shit, good for him that he made his ring walk. I hope he do make it to his fight. I really do. Because maybe this will be the icing on the cake for him to go ahead and retire. You get what I'm saying? Which is something that he sounded like he needed to do. But listen to what Sam Noakes was saying.
Yeah. I'm a normal geezer outside the camp, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. No, I'm always on fire. Yeah, we were sat down for a Chinese because my weight's so good. I sat down for the Chinese, yeah, and I'm picking up the chicken ball when the phone goes, he's like, it's fine tomorrow. And I'm like, all right. I said, who wants fine? He goes, Shakur. And I'm like, you don't mean Shakur, Steve. So, yeah, and he goes, yeah, he's come down the gym. But I was thinking, oh, mate, I put my food down. It was almost like you. I said, I've got a spar tomorrow. I said, oh, you'll be all right. You only spar one of the boys in the gym. I said, no.
One of the pound best fighters in the world.
Listen how another fighter, and he's about to compete for a title, and he got a good record. He's a strong guy, got some knockouts. Listen to how another fighter speaks about another fighter, not a fan. Listen to how another, I mean, come on. If he can win over Abdullah, that'd be impressive. But look how a fighter speaks about a fighter.
Best fight in the world. Yeah. And then he obviously come down and he was like, right, we're going to do 4-minute rounds. I was like,
4-minute rounds.
I wanted to do that. And then so now I'm thinking, right, I would have done 8 threes. Would have been hard, but I'd have been able to gauge where I'm at for the 3-minute rounds. And then
he threw these 4-minute rounds in the work, and I'm thinking, mate, and then the first 2 rounds, I didn't do nothing. I thought, right, just tuck up, not get it, and then it was nice, one, to be able to hit him occasionally, but I'll tell you what, the geezer's positioning of football, his football, I swear, his head, always, no matter where you put, just little movements, literally, that lead hand control was so his foot was always on the outside. I remember having him on the ropes, yeah, and I could see where his head was, and I swear, I'm thinking, right, I just couldn't get him. I was thinking, mate.
You hear that shit all the time. I just couldn't hit him, man. I was thinking, mate, just can't hit him, bro. He said, bro, they told him he was sparring Shakur. Bro lost his appetite. Bro lost his appetite. Bro lost his appetite. They told him he was sparring Shakur. Yeah, he went in there. He said it was good to hit him occasionally, but he said, man, he could see him, his head right there, but he just couldn't get him. Said dude threw the 4-minute rounds on him and all that. So you just real always respect real. You know what I'm saying? And Core gave Sam Note some good praise too as well.
He said he was really strong.
Yeah, he said he was strong.
He said Sam was real strong.
Mm-hmm.
He is though, man. Like most of his fights, he's won by knockout.
Might have that.
Like all but 2 or 3. He's got a pretty high KO
I think it's
rate.
2. I think it's only 2 he ain't knock out. I think it is. I think you're right. Yeah.
Like 15 out of 17 or something like that.
Full-time Rupert, part-time boxer. The thing is, boy, that's the life for a lot of these guys, bro. These guys be having multiple gigs in boxing because boxing don't pay as much as like the average person thinks it does. They be thinking everybody could be a full-time boxer. The reality is there's far more fighters that have jobs outside of boxing than the ones that don't. So it's a regular occurrence.
Sam Notes is like a big puncher. I actually, I didn't really know nothing about him before we sparred, but when we got in there, I kind of like stayed there. I wanted to see like, okay, I'm like the type of person I like to test your power out, like see how strong you really are. So I kind of tested out and I stood there. Boom, and he hit me. I'm like, hey, this dude can crack. Like he can really punch, and it was good work though. Like I said, I'm on a high level of boxing, so I know how to handle myself anywhere I go.
Obviously, he's world level, isn't he? 3-time world champion. Do you know what I mean? He's as good as they come and as tricky as they come. He's very good with his lead hands as well. But I mean, wanted to do like 5 4-minute rounds as well. And obviously, I haven't been in the gym. I haven't been training yet. And I was thinking, well, like 4-minute rounds, it's hard to like sort of gauge what you got to do. So obviously, like the first 2 rounds, I was thinking, I'm not getting tired. But then obviously the back ones, it was all right. So, but I mean, it's just good to see that you're thereabouts. You know what I'm saying? It's not that far. You know, when everyone thinks like, you see him in the bright lights and they all look massive, and then you see him in passing and ain't that far away.
Sam Notes.
Shout out to Sam Notes, man, for being a real one. He getting his ass beat on the 22nd against Abdullah Mason, but I still salute him and rock with him. I'll watch him any day of the week. I like Sam Notes. He cool fighter, cool fighter.
Fight too, man. Sam can fight. I think that he is a sneaky, solid counterpuncher. That's the one thing I noticed about him. He's a pretty good body puncher too, but the main punch that he lands to the body is the right hand.
Right.
So I'm curious as to how he's going to be able to get that off relatively safely facing Abdullah. I think that he would have to probably make Abdullah be first and counter him to the body, because if he's first, more often than not with that right hand to the body, I mean, he's going to be lined up with Abdullah's rear hand with his left hand.
Right.
And that's a bad fucking place to be. At the end of this dude's backhand, at the end of that brick, and he counter over the top of that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. Like, who can force the other one to be first more often than not? Because I think this is going to be one of those fights where the guy who's second is likely going to have more of the advantages. Because he's not as sharp of a puncher as Abdullah. Not as sharp because he doesn't have like the quickness.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have pretty decent timing to like make up for the lack of like
speed. Yeah. I agree. He's sharp, bro. He's sharp. Somebody said this how Norman and Haney about to go.
Ô, gente, aí, ó. Eita porra! Eita porra! Que bem!
So I said that's gonna be Norman and Haney, yo. The internet is undefeated, bro. They crazy, man. Oh my god, yo, they is crazy. Hell, the internet get on my nerves, yo. Oh man, Mercury Rise. He said Tank wouldn't take the fall. Oh, what for Jake? That's why they coming up with shit. You say he wasn't going to settle for all that craziness. Nah, that shit crazy though. But I don't know, man. That's it's gonna be a really good fight though, man. That you Haney TKO. Haney get a TKO, man. The Just Do, I'm gonna get that dude, bro. I'm telling you, man. I might even join the Hanos clan for a day. Or for the rest of the month.
Get your Water Walker t-shirt ready.
You know what I'm saying?
36 minutes of hell on the back.
Right. 36 minutes of hell. Boots to be ringside for Ortiz versus Lubin.
So myself and Boots will be flying to Dallas for Virgil Ortiz against Lubin to show our desire to make that fight. And I know that Oscar and Eric, they want to make great fights. I think they're up for it as well. So I just hope that Virgil and his team truly want that fight, because that is, for me, the best fight in the division.
Yeah, man. And that's dope because somebody was asking, it'd be dope if Boots was sitting ringside for this fight and if Virgil win, he step in the ring and they promote that fight. And I think is geared in that direction. And Oscar talked with Marcus Villegas with Fight Hub real quick about the fight.
We were already calling out Boots Ennis. Virgil Ortiz was all ready to go. And then Eddie Hearn came out and Boots Ennis came out saying, "No, we need one more tune-up." And he had that tune-up, okay, against, what was he, a top 100 guy? He had that tune-up. He looked like a monster, and now he's calling out Virgil Ortiz. That's fine. We're ready for him. First thing is first. Lubin is not a walk in the park. Lubin is a real, live contender. He's #1 contender in the world. He's been up against world champions and he's done very well. So this is a very dangerous fight for Virgil once again. It's not going to be an easy walk in the park, but I can assure you that Virgil's going to want to continue fighting the very best, the toughest guys. And Boots Ennis is right there. So let's go. Let's do it. There's no marinating here.
I like that, man. Look, I like that. That's a good sign. If y'all notice, the reason why I'm even talking about this, if y'all notice the difference between like now with them speaking about this fight and before, seemed like their communication wasn't lining. Now it seemed like just slowly but surely things are working in the right direction, right? Boots ain't had a chance to sit ringside and watch a Virgil fight and then had a chance and the opportunity to call him out in front of everybody or promote the fight and do it like how they do, right? So now you're seeing that. You hearing Eddie Hearn talking about, we flying to Dallas. We going to this damn fight. We gonna be ringside to let him know, look, this what we on. You hear, Oscar now, we calling out, Boots Ennis and man, we don't need to marinate the fight. So now what I'm saying is, I forget all of the other stuff they said about these two fighting. I feel like after that fight between Lubin and Ortiz, if Ortiz wins, and that's a if, because Lubin ain't no sucker at all. And he's a damn good fighter. I know Ortiz might be the favorite because he undefeated, but Lubin is battle tested. He don't turn on no smoke. He can punch in both hands really good, and he can box. So, you gotta prepare and you gotta get the job done. Lubin ain't no walk in the park for nobody. So, but you slowly see it and hear it, kind of with guys sounding like they on the same page, and that's what you need. That's what be stopping these fights. Timing, people calling for it, or somebody be busy or got something lined up, and it just we get more talk than actual action towards the fights being made. So right now, I feel like with Boots not having no opponent, I think they said a Bass Baru versus somebody else, and it wasn't Boots. So I don't know. I think they need to stop teasing this fight as a whole and let us get this fight. Let us get this fight. Let us get this fight. You know what I mean? Let the people see this fight. A Baz Peru room to be fighting Xander Zayas, right? And leans boards towards Virgil, right? And I'd rather see that. That's a better test for Xander. I think Boots will beat dude ass. That's what I think. I mean, you can't just overlook him because he did beat Tellus, right? But Boots ain't no damn Tellus. And Tellus was getting his shit off too. He just couldn't keep it together. And he started getting outworked. But yeah, Boots just a whole different thing. And I think those are better fights, man. Let it Baz Peru and Xander's eyes fight. And then let Boots and Virgil go work that out. I think that's a much better fight. It'll work out better for boxing that way. Big Drop Dre, my dog. What's good with the family? How you feeling, man? So we'll see, man. Oscar sound like he on board. Eddie is on board. Boots is on board. He want that smoke. He said he want that smoke with Voyage. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog.
It's the perfect time for it too, man. Perfect time for it. Oh
Rise Podcast. Senior, what it do, bro? He said, my God, Justin, marathon continues. You know it. What you said? Add my bad.
No, I was saying it's the perfect time for it because at 147, Virgil, he had his health issues, the rhabdo. Then you had Boots. He was still making 147 relatively comfortably, enough for him to pursue unification. Now that he's moved up, hey, he got his tune-up out the way, which he's well-deserved. I mean, it's his first time fighting at 154. Everybody else was tied up anyway. So, like, who the hell was he going to fight off the rip? Like, Taylor's had the Baru fight. Xander Zayas just fought Perez.
All right.
Bachram is having managerial issues, it seems like. And remember, there was rumors of him fighting Erickson Lubin, but for whatever reason, that fight doesn't materialize. And then Virgil, he swoops down like a vulture.
Yeah.
He gets that fight. So it was like, who the hell was Boots going to fight? You know, Boachuk was an option, but then Boachuk elects to rematch Brandon Adams. So there was nobody of note for the guy to fight, especially not the champion. So he got his tune-up out the way, got a training camp at 154, got to see how he performed under the lights, provided my man Virgil Ortiz. That's who I'm rooting for personally, and there's no disrespect, no disdain to Boots. The guy is phenomenal.
Right.
But I'm a Virgil Ortiz fan.
Right.
And, hey, listen, just like I was a Gamboa fan, and he got his ass whooped by Bud, man, if my guy Virgil Ortiz goes out there and he gets his ass whooped by Boots, hey, you lost to a phenomenal guy. So I want to see it. Personally, I think that there is a path to victory for Virgil. There's a path to victory for both of them, honestly.
Right.
But, you know, Boots is sensational, bro. So I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight, however it goes for my guy. Win, lose, or draw, I want to see that fight. So them flying out to the fight, that's a great sign that things are moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Because I feel like once they in front of each other, it becomes real for both teams and everybody involved. Like, because you gonna plant the seed that's the fight, so you're gonna have to give it to us. You're gonna have to work towards it, and we're gonna see who really do or don't want to fight. But I respect both. I think they both want to fight. I do.
Them doing that would be almost like an IOU, just the IOU to us, the fans, because then we see these guys face to face. We get to gauge how these dudes, how their energy is. And then from there, pretty much the seed is planted in our mind, like, yo, this is next up. So y'all need to cash in on that.
Yeah. Real shit. Yeah. Shout out to Big Drop Dre and my guys saying, man, y'all hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Double tap that screen. We're going to keep building, but look, a good fight nonetheless. And that's why I wanted to bring it up briefly. Not like it's no major update, but I just be wanting people to pay attention because I'm big on communication and trying to understand why these fights don't be getting made. And what I was getting from that situation and as a whole, you will hear one thing from one side and something different from the other side. When you start hearing that miscommunication, you can't find no consistency from either side. Like, then you know that y'all not on the same page. Okay. And now that's when you start hearing the low level thinkers. Oh, somebody's ducking. Nah, now you hear different. Oh, we going to the fight. Oh, well, we calling Boots out. We don't need to marinate it. So they're going to oblige, right? They're going to accept Boots being there ringside, and if Virgil gets the dub, him getting in the ring. But I say Boots get in the ring with whoever. I say whoever wins, then he get in there. You know what I'm saying? He get in there. He got shut the hell up. Ty, what's good with it? He must be coming on a different profile. Let's see. Yeah. You just gotta wait and sit back and enjoy it. And I think we gonna enjoy the great fight that Lubin and Ortiz is gonna be, and with the ideal of what could come after that next. Lubin versus Boots, or shit, Boots versus Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? It'd be dope. Yeah, he just like that. We're not gonna keep doing that. Like the next step, I'm thinking about just blocking him permanently because I'll get tired of keep
So
seeing.
be more.
Yeah, he's doing it. It's like every single day. I'm starting to think like something mentally is not right in his head, and I don't want to be funny, but like, bro, we not even talking. It's Virgil fucking Ortiz and Gervonta, and it's on the screen. Like I don't want to say it because I be trying to be very respectful, but you coming off, man. You coming off.
Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider!
You tripping a little bit. Like every conversation not about him. Stop making the chat, poisoning the chat with dumb shit that we're not talking about. We're not talking about him. We talking about a real fight right now, or a potential bout that's coming up, right? How the hell do you want to keep hating on Shakur? What's your obsession with the man? He'll really beat you up, your dog, your cat, your fish, your father, his father, your uncles. That probably all used to get beat up. Yeah, he'll beat your whole family up. You got to stop talking about him. If he punched you in your face right now, I guarantee you would not walk away talking about he ain't got no power. So you sound weird. Can you name me a fighter after they fought him to say he ain't got no power? I've never heard it. 24 fights, I've never heard it. So again, when the next thing you type in this chat, it better be something real. Like I'm tired. I done had it with you. I done gave you way too many chances. You just a distraction. You're not even a good troll at this point. Like there's good trolls where people make comments, or they be like contrarians, and it'll allow you to go in a little. You're not even a good troll at this point. You're just annoying. You like the mosquito, or the fly that keep flying in your face. You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta have something. Like I never hear you have anything to type and add good to the chat. It's just like all Shakur slander and just obsession. That shit weird, bro. Like you gotta relax, man. I don't want to see typing that weird ass shit. That's why I be asked. I notice when I usually ask people how old they are, I notice something. When they're adults, they answer. When they kids, they don't say nothing. They just keep typing. So that I'm gonna start treating people like the kids they are. Would you be good with Boots fighting Baru? Yeah. Abbas Baru, yeah. Ty, why so? Because he's a champion. He just beat Tellus. And two things Boots said when he got to 54, he said he was chasing the names or the titles. If he's doing one or the other or both, I don't have a problem with it. And I think a lot of times we think short term in boxing, right? No, go right there and fight Virgil. But would it be more meaningful or impactful if Virgil and Boots fight and it's a title on the line? You get what I'm saying? Or if you Boots, you trying to position yourself in a good space on the chessboard that you in a weight class where it's full of talent. You get what I'm saying? So you just want to be smart. So either way, either direction you go, it's not going to be bad. But we're going to see what direction they go. I think the start of going to going in the right direction is them going to the fight, and both teams now sounding like they're getting on the same page. Now, the other missing ingredient, the guy that spoke out, is Virgil Ortiz. Pops, you want to know how he feels about all this, which I'm sure they're going to be willing to fight. Yo, Virgil is a dog. He's willing to fight whoever, in my opinion. I don't have anything that I could, that would suggest that he don't want to fight. He got he's more battle tested than Boots, so I don't want to hear that weird he don't want to fight and he ducking shit. And Boots just ain't had the opportunities. That's why when they do fight each other, man, it's gonna be one of the best fights for boxing because of what it's gonna mean, the significance, what it means to both guys. And I love those kind of fights that's 50-50 that you can't complain no matter which side you look at. Virgil is battle tested. That's the kind of fighter that you want with a name, knockout power, skills. That's the kind of guy you want Boots to fight. Boots is a champion. He's former unified champion, right? He's positioning himself to be a champion again. Virgil Ortiz needs to continue to work to put those kind of guys on his resume. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to see. You know what I'm saying? I want to see. It's great for boxing. So but as far as him fighting Baru, it wouldn't be bad because if you get a title, then it's cool. You know what I mean? That's winning still. You know what I mean? He's the fighters. Yeah, he just be weird. That should be super weird, man. You know, it's funny. I like all fighters for that matter, for the most part. There ain't no fighter. You never going to catch me hating on a fighter. I might tell you I don't really care for some, but I ain't going to hate on him. Rocky said Lubin ain't going to win. I don't know. I ain't going to lie. I don't know. I really don't know. Shout out to QT. I don't know. I'm not mad at Boots and Virgil getting their title shots, then unify against each other. That could possibly happen too, QT. Just thinking about the long term, it'll be a bigger fight if both ended up with a title in a perfect world, right? Or if one of them had one. So we going to see. Yeah, JJ, I don't know what he be on. Yeah, everybody at 54 besides Boots. I'm telling you, it's a really good chance. Beat more ass. It's just Shakur. Hey, yeah, I can't take it no more. It ain't been doing this shit for months at this point. So it's corny. It's like at some point you gotta offer something to the chat. Like that, at least be a good troll. At least be a supportive troll. You're not even that. Big dog troll everywhere and actually support doing it. Like when you just being a distraction and then you unnecessarily keep typing the same fighter over and over and dissing them, you weird as hell. Like that shit weird. Like imagine, and I be talking like real life shit. Imagine hating on somebody that is successful as what Shakur been in his craft, at his craft. Imagine, just keep bringing it up, no reason at all. You start to look like a weirdo. Like, you get what I'm saying? Dude, super successful, man. He made it to a point where shit, 90+% won't even make it to. But you too naive and simple-minded to see that, so you'll keep bringing up like weird shit and he's soft. He don't got no power. He's off and he'll knock you out. Imagine keep saying somebody don't got power that'll knock you out. Telling you. Like scan business in the building. Yeah, he tripping. So hopefully he come back with something to add to the chat, bro. I just be wanting to talk boxing. And I ain't being sensitive. It's just he's never having anything good to add. And that shit is starting to get borderline annoying.
Or anything of variety. You don't even got to be good. Even if you're going to be bad, like just give us some type of variety.
Yeah, right.
Shakur ain't got no power. Shakur is going to run from Ryan. Like, what the hell?
And they not even fighting. Like, bro, what? He going to run from who?
He does this shit every single day.
Every day, bro. I'm like, nah, this shit is absurd at this point. Shout out to the homie, man. I forgot I had us all small and shit. Even try to talk different. Yeah, he be trying. But we're gonna keep rolling for a bit. Like I said, man, it's a Saturday build. It's early. That's why I came here early. Maybe we'll be on up until 4. We'll see. But because I hate when I got something in my description and I ain't get to it. And one of the things I didn't touch on was those Shockey Foster ring champs with Akin Barak, and I heard that was a really good one. So we're gonna do what we do, how we always do. So it's a true Tank versus Jake is off. It's true that they made an offer to Ryan Garcia. They said Anthony Joshua, Floyd, Crawford, Berlanga, but I think Ryan is in the runnings. It looked like, and at least he responded fast, right? He said he's gonna put an end to it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna put an end to all this Jake shit. So far as so far, so yeah. So look, yeah, it's in trouble, man. It's in some hot water, some Jeopardy for sure. You know what I'm saying? They definitely got some issues, man. You know what I mean? Got some issues going on with taking Jake. So we'll see. But let's keep rolling, man. Hold on. Just wanted to make sure of something real quick. All right, bet. We good. We good. Yeah, so now, just to back up. I mean, I didn't see like an official statement, but it just feels like the writing could be on the wall. That the negative press that could come from that. I wonder if Netflix would be trying to, you know, remove themselves from that situation at all, or if they just gonna go through with it. You don't know. But once you start hearing like on one end, they saying a contract was sent to Ryan, and then offers was sent to multiple of these guys as like backups, like they trying to secure another opponent, is what they were saying. So, and then in the other post, they were saying like he's being ruled out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Greg say he's still trying to fight Tank. Yeah, I figure. I mean, shit, who wouldn't? Because he don't want to ruin. He don't want to stop that opportunity, bro. You get me, Don? He like, bro, we want the main thing to stay the main thing. And for me, if I had it my way, I would like to see the main fight stay the main fight too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rooting against his opportunity. I want to see him get it. Now, I mean, Ryan don't deserve it. Ryan do not deserve it. I mean, I hate to say what somebody deserve, but man, nah, he cheated somebody and then you get rewarded after getting beat up. That's where I'm looking at it, but I ain't knocking it. If he get it, I'll still watch it. But hopefully we still see Tank and Jake, or Jake and Tank, however it go. You know what I mean? But let's keep rolling, y'all. Double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel. Let's pull up this Shock and them boys. I can Barack do some great work too, man. I like their style, I like their interviews. They do damn good at them. Man, because that'd be like, bro, it'd be like, he said, listen, unpack my new car. Hey, man, congrats, man. We had got in the one we had not too long ago, too, so I know how it is, man. Congrats to you, my guy. That unpacking be a damn headache, don't it? I had this problem yesterday, and I wonder why is it doing it again today. Yeah, it is. Unpacking is crazy. I be knowing, Don. Trust me, I be knowing, bro. Hey, you be like, man, when do it seem like it be unlimited? You be like, bro, when is shit gonna stop? How do my files backwards or upside down on those? You know what? All right, that's pissing me off. Just play the audio. I was gonna pull it up. Now I'm gonna just play the audio. Yeah, it's just like ending in the moving part. I don't know which part be worse, bro. The moving or the unpacking, bro. Hauling shit in. You get tired of it. You be like, man, damn, bro.
Like bad blood against Stephen Ford. He's coming up in weight. You are the champion, but it seems like you still feel slighted to some.
Bad job. All right, let's get to it.
Agree. Is there any bad blood? Do you guys have history, or talk to me about your feeling towards Stephen Ford outside of the fact that you're fighting him, just personal feelings?
It ain't nothing personal. I don't know dude at all. Like, I don't really know him like that. But the build up to the fight is what caused the
basically the beef. You feel me? I know how promotions work. I know, and when you fighting a champion, you know what I mean? You treat him like a champion. You come in as a challenger. I think his ass was crying to people and they wanted wanted to look a certain way. Fulton versus Foster, just doing disrespectful shit, you know what I mean? We fight for my title, you know what I mean? It's you the challenger, but like I said, I think he doing everything on the back end to try make himself feel more confident.
Oh, you saying he need to respect the champion? You saying it ain't no 2 titles? That's what you saying?
Right, you know what I mean? It's always gonna be that, but that every time they disrespect the champion, it backfires.
So does that motivate you even more? Like the fact that he feels like he's the bigger name, so that's why he's asking for all these things. Does that make you want to go in harder?
For sure. I mean, and who gives a shit about the bigger name and all that shit? You're not the champion, bro. You're not the champion. You know what I mean? You're coming up to fight for my title. So, it just made it a little bit more made it a little bit more tougher for him. Yeah, more personal for sure.
Right. I believe Stephen Fulton is super skillful. I know you think he's a skillful fighter as well, but he's moving up to 130 for the first time, only fought at featherweight 2 times. So are you looking at him like he's a smaller man? Did you size him up and feel that way?
Yeah. He's small. He tried to play like he big because he fat and shit. But that we already know if you can make 22, you're a small guy. Like I don't care how you put that. If you can make 22 pounds, you're small, bro. You know what I mean? Like you ain't come up to 130 and just talk like you the biggest guy or whatever. Like, and then the first guy you fought, Carlos, I think he was a full-fledged 26. He looked pretty big. But then you fought a guy that you fought at 22. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't fight a full-fledged 26. You know what I mean? So
how do you deal with like
Shock ain't trying to hear none of that. He ready to put belt to him, man. He ready to put belt. Look, man, hit that like button and all that if you ain't here.
Coming off of a win that many felt he was going to lose against Figueroa, but he surprised a lot of folks. So obviously that gives you a sense of confidence. How do you deal with a guy coming off a big win that has that level of confidence?
For me, I had him was gonna lose the fight, but once, and that's why I say he did a good job. But we're not gonna act like that's the same Figueroa. Like we ain't gonna act like that's the guy that was utmost pressure and just pressing him out. No, he was like, you know what I mean, acting like he didn't want to get hit. They was like staring at each other. You know what I mean? I think it was a good fight for him and he won, but I don't think that's the same Figueroa that was like relentless pressure and all that at 22.
Yeah, I mean, Figueroa throws so many punches.
Maybe I think Cool Boy just had his number. He was better prepared for the rematch. That's what that was to me.
So you saying that was a faded Figueroa according to his punch output or something like that?
I wouldn't say faded, but I would say it just wasn't the same one. That the first fight he stayed on him. He was like nonstop pressure. This fight he was kind of like trying to be like calculated and sit back, and you can't even do that if you ain't the faster.
Yeah, he fought the wrong fight.
Boxer, you know what I mean?
I
just think he made
it
easy
to beat Cool Boy at his game instead of sticking to what made the fight so competitive the first time.
First step forward.
Shocky, I want to go further back a little bit just to get for those that don't know much about your upbringing in Orange, Texas. What was that like? Because I want to go from that to when did you discover boxing?
Man, it's like Orange it's a hub of a lot of different people from a lot of different areas. You know what I mean? A lot of people migrated from New Orleans, Cali. You meet a lot of people from just family from different places. And so when you out there, you kind of gotta.
Rick Taylor was good, homie.
Black sheep kids were, had a crazy name, you know what I mean? Like, so I had to fight a lot. I had to just always had to prove myself. You feel me?
People cracking on your name, Oshaki, coming up with nicknames.
And I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all his name was Oshanique, really, and not Oshaki.
Is that who gave you your nickname? One of the bullies that was bullying you?
Nah, I ain't ever had no bully. On me, I ain't never. I always got down. Like I ain't one of them boxers where they say they was getting bullied and had to go to the gym.
Do you remember? Do you remember having
Shot
your
like
first
hell
fight
nah, bro.
somewhere where you had to prove yourself? Do you remember the first time that happened?
Man, a lot of times. I remember a lot of them. I just know, like certain instances, my grandma wasn't going for that. Like, had a couple guys come by the crib, go out there. You ain't coming in here, get out there. You know what I mean? So I grew up on that. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't doing no running, no ducking, nothing. We gon', you know what I mean, rock out. And whatever happens, happens.
So your grandmother was tough. She wasn't playing.
Man, she was tough. Hey,
Well,
she ain't
they
playing.
out here in Houston.
She was
coming from
she was
Texas.
for sure
Yeah.
tough.
Shout out to
Like,
Shot.
if you
I
don't
like
go out
Shot.
there, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Yeah,
that's
for
a fact.
sure.
That's a fact. Sound like every black household, you know, in my era. So when did you start taking boxing seriously? When you say
And he got hit with a brick in the trash can, and Brian Norman got a left and a right. That's the brick in the trash can. You just gave me an idea, Teach.
you know what, I don't want to be in the street. I don't want to do nothing foolish. I just want to box.
That would have to be
Shit.
2017.
If he Debo Dev, then shit. You know, Norman is Craig.
After all that situation and all that stuff.
Tell me about it.
Not just after I caught the shooting case and just getting out to the circumstances, you know, the city was messed up because while I was in the Hurricane Harvey had hit. And came home, like the city was messed up. My grandma's house, they took it. So I was just like standing my people standing on my homeboy couch, you know what I mean? And
Dub was
I
good
was
with
just
it,
like
bro.
had a plan to where like I was gonna go to Houston and stay in FEMA rooms and try to do what I can do. And that's what happened. I went to FEMA room. One of my homegirls.
What is FEMA room for those that don't know what that is?
It's like disaster relief hotels and stuff. Like if you got
FEMA set up.
Yeah, like if you got to evacuate your
That shit
city,
weak.
like they'll set you up in a hotel. You know what I mean? And so that's where I was standing. I was
Yeah,
just going to the
Dab
gym
the Dream, Haney facts.
just branched off from there.
How much time were you down? Were you away? How long?
Probably like 4 months, but I was in and out so much around that time that it was just like the last time it was just like, man, like the bondsmen didn't want to mess with me. And the lawyers wanted to be overpaid. So it was just like, I was just sitting there.
So if you've been through all of that, fighting cases, not really having a stable place to stay, still going to the gym, camp must be nothing for you.
Oh, nah, it ain't nothing. It's fun. This shit,
it's a vacation.
Nothing. That's why I be telling people a fight ain't nothing. Like, getting in the ring and fighting somebody ain't nothing compared to what, you know what I mean? The stuff I done seen and what I've been through ain't nothing.
What would you say? Because, you know, in many people's journey that have, you know, dealt with like adversity like yourself, usually there's somebody in your ear, somebody or something that you saw, something that inspired you. Did you have somebody close to you that actually pushed you when you needed to be pushed?
Keith, I mean, through the whole process, like he always acted like a big brother to me. Like when I met him back then, and even when I caught all of the cases in 2017 and stuff, he was still like helping me out. Like, you know, just my phone bill, just little stuff. You know what I mean? And then when I ended up getting locked up, I really didn't have nobody like I ain't had no money on my books or nothing. And like he was making sure I was good every week. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. When I got out, he sent me a little payment to get right. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that.
That's right. What was the best visit or letter that you received when you was locked up?
Shit, I ain't getting no letters and barely no visits. But I was talking to Keith every day. You know what I mean? He had the money on the book, so I was able to call him every day. And truth be told, man, I was trying to call family and stuff. I was trying to call people. Nobody's answering that joint. But my little brother D-Man, he was the only one answering. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So what's that like coming home? What's that like coming home and you had to experience that, nobody answering your calls? Do you regain those relationships or what? They're answering now, I bet.
Nah, for sure. But nah, it was kind of awkward when I came home because I tried to go stay at, like, the people that I was trying to call, I didn't contact them when I came home. Other than my little brother D-Man, he picked me up from the jail. Yeah. But I ended up going to I went to a friend house and they kind of like they didn't want me staying there. So I went to my another close friend house and they welcomed me with open arms. So I was just sleeping on the couch and stuff. So the people that I was like trying to call on Pun while I was out there, I didn't even contact them until I was stable as far as back in Houston and then just back into the boxing stuff, you know what I mean?
Are they in your life now?
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
All of them, even the ones that weren't answering the phone when you were locked down. I mean, have you had to pull anybody's card like, man, I know I'm getting a little money now and I'm a world champion, but when I was down, you weren't calling me. Did you pull anybody's card like that?
Nah, because I'm like, man, look, I just take stuff for what it is, man. I ain't wanna throw nothing in nobody's face and none of that. And I feel like my duties come from my mama, losing my mama and certain things. So I had to go back and make sure, they was good. Brothers, sister, grandma, all of them. So I really wasn't even worried about it. You know what I mean? We good. You know what I mean?
That's some grown man stuff. Like you felt like those are consequences that you had to deal with. So everybody else shouldn't have to pay for that.
That's
so
crazy,
you gave them some grace.
Right. You know what I mean? Life too short. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful. A godly man, something a godly man would do. Okay, so I know you done had many more tough fights outside the ring. But inside the ring, what was your toughest fight?
Inside the ring, I would say
Rocky.
I don't know. I would say, me personally, I would say the beginning of the fight with I'd just say Rocky. I guess Rocky. Just because of how it ended and that's the only time that I've been hurt, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So maybe then, yeah.
What was going through your mind when you got clipped?
Oh shit. I was like, let's right. I was like,
they tried to rob him.
You look at the video when he said, I'm like, oh, come on, let's get you another one. I'm like, get you another one. You know what I mean? It's like going to trenches, but nah, it was cool because when I was like 15, I experienced getting dropped for the first time. Okay. And I always that was my first and only time. And I was like, I always thought about it like, bro, you want to get dropped then and not in the pros, so you can, you know the difference. Because you see when a guy get dropped for their first time in the pros, how they react. Right.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
When that happened to me and I kind of fell against the ropes, I knew I was good. I was like, all right, come on, let's rock out. You know what I mean? And
What was your biggest lesson in that
fight? Don't just try shit on the fly. Don't just try shit. Because I tried some. You know how like when the old fights, they'll get somebody hurt and then they'll just run off some shots and the ref will stop it. Yeah, that's what got me
another
caught.
10 minutes.
You know what I mean?
It's a good interview.
That's what I learned about that. I went out there and was just trying to pity pat, and then he threw a right hand bomb, and it's crazy because I seen it. Like I seen the motherfucker coming, but I'm throwing some bullshit and couldn't. Yeah.
I'm saying ref. You don't see all this? I'm throwing ref.
Yeah. Then boom.
What do you think Stephen Fulton is? What do you think is his best attribute? Like, what do you have to be prepared for the most?
I think his best attribute would probably be his ring generalship. I think that's his best attribute.
So how do you disrupt that?
Now I don't think his ring generalship better than mine, but I think he got I disrupt that by just being me, bring my rhythm. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of fighter to follow nobody around the ring and do all that stuff that he want anyway. You know what I mean? So we gonna pull it out of him. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah.
What's up? This is Barack the Boxing Bully, and we got some dynamite.
It's about another 10 minutes. We're gonna listen to the rest of it too. Gotta hit the like button.
Like what he said about throwing that flurry after getting Rocky Hernandez hurt. Because oftentimes we talk about fighters and their ability to finish and just chalk it up all to just killer instinct and all this other stuff. It's like, nah, finishing is a skill in and of itself. Like being able to do so and minimize the risk of getting caught with something in between. So I like how he spoke on that.
Right. Man, he showed a lot of grit in that fight, resilience, grit, and he had zero quit in him. And he showed you really, like, if it get thick in there, he don't just curl out. He figured it out. He tried to find the answer. Well, he found the answer, the perfect answer, right? What he needed, right? What the doctor ordered, the stoppage, man. Impressive win for Shot.
Might lined up. Lubin, I think he's fight in your long-term goals. So if you could pick your next 3 opponents after this fight in the order that you want them in, what opponents would they be?
It'll be Shakur.
Oh.
Navarrete, Lamont Roach.
Oh.
Now
He
Shakur's at
smoke.
135, and then Navarrete's at 130. So would you bounce like that?
If the opportunity given, I would.
Nah.
I don't have a problem making 30. Yeah, so if the opportunity, yeah, for sure.
Wow. Okay. So your dream is not to become undisputed. It's 4 champions there. You'd have to fight 3 times. At 130.
It was. And it's still a chance. Navarrete, I'm hearing Navarrete and Nunes, they looking at unifying together. So
Yeah, I hear that fight coming up.
They feel so. I mean, because Nunes done turned me down and Navarrete both done turned me down. So now they fight each other.
Damn.
Now they might get the balls to come see me after.
I have to ask you, is there a rematch clause being that you're the champion if you were to lose against Fulton where he has to give you a rematch for the title?
Nah.
No. Okay. Confident. Make sure. I want to know some fighters that you sparred that we would know. Some names out there.
Like for this fight or just?
No, just in general.
I feel like
that told you, I know I got it because I held my own with these guys.
Shit. One of the guys I just named, Shakur, Regis, of course Regis. Me and Keyshawn only sparred one time, and that was like only like 4 rounds, so I really don't count that.
How did that go though? How did that sparring go?
It was cool. So like at that time, like even when I was sparring Shakur, that was all around the same time. Mm-hmm. I wasn't fighting at the time, so I think I was still in that lawsuit with DeBella, I think. So I was kind of like in the club. I was like leaving the club like 5 a.m. and going to spar these guys. Wow. And it was like, man, I'm going in there and busting ass. Keyshawn only sparred him one time. I was coming straight from the club when I sparred him. Funny story. So the first round, bro, I went out there bullshitting. Buddy threw like an overhand, and they still ride this shit to this day. They wouldn't even know unless I told them. He threw an overhand right, and that bitch landed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that bitch just woke me up. Holy shit. Like, mind you, like, shit, right after that, like, I'm like, I just turned up. I didn't want to box no more. I just straight coming at him, like, trying to fight type shit. So either way, it ended up being like a lot of grabbing and shit, a lot of, you know what I mean? So I was just like,
you trying to get your lick back after you got caught with that?
Nah, I got my lick back, okay. but we ended up like it wasn't productive sparring after that. So we really ain't spar again after that, you know what I mean? But me and Shakur sparred hella times down here, and we had conversations about the other fighters that he sparred, and he straight up told me bro, that them guys that he be calling out, he told me I'm nicer than all them guys. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a nice cosign right there, Shakur. Yeah, look.
I don't care about no cosign from him, though, man. I'm just.
Oh, really? Yeah, you want to fight him?
Yeah, fuck, dude. I'm trying to get at him, but that you asked me.
This is a fight I love to see.
You had said in the beginning, like sparring them what they you know, how I compare to other people. They was comparing me. You know what I mean? They was
comparing you to other guys they sparred.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have did you have like a bet? It seems like if you and Shakur was sparring, y'all must have been cool. But did something go wrong with your relationship? And if so, can you elaborate on it?
Yeah, we was cool. Like when I stayed in Virginia, we was staying together. Like we was all staying together. Me, him, Antoine Douglas.
True story. Shout out this shot.
Keyshawn kind of came later. Keyshawn and Keon, they kind of came later. So all of us was the crew. Me, Keyshawn, Shakur, you know what I mean? We was all kicking it together. And along with the Olympic team, Clarissa, all of them was up there with us and stuff. You know what I mean? And we never really we didn't have no bad blood. We had a little shit where we got into it back then, but it wasn't nothing like for real. Until the bad blood came when him and Ray Ford started riding each other nuts and stuff. And instead of him staying neutral, because he in my inbox and he trying to be my friend, I don't mess with these guys. I don't talk to these guys.
Who's that? Who's in your inbox?
Shakur would be in my inbox, man. Like, bro, last 3 years, like earlier this year, last year, in my inbox, just trying to be friendly, trying to get me to come over there and spar, telling me, oh, we ain't even, I don't know why we got a problem. I don't know why we beefing, woo-de-woo. And then turn around, Ray come out and talking about you telling him you want to be there every day if he spar. I mean, if he fight me, you want to be his main sparring partner. That sounds like some hating ass shit to me. Like, you telling this dude you want
I think it's competition
to be right here with him if he fight me, and you want to be like basically his helping hand, but you in the background texting me and messaging me, trying to be cool and trying to be, you know what I mean? Like, and then I heard through the wind you was already asking people about their fighters sparring me, and did they fighters beat me up? Like, you know what I mean? They checking over here and see, like, you know what I mean?
That's just scouting to me. That's competition. They want to know, is there any weakness? They want to know, and Shakur would want to know those things, because Shock was a guy that used to give him great work. His time Shock got the better of the work too. So I think it's more so competition. I don't know. I know why he could take it like that, because he had a relationship with him. He like, how you taking another guy's side? We used to live together. So I get where Shock coming from, but I think it's with the intent to get the upper hand on some boxing shit, not nothing personal, right? Especially if somebody was giving you great work, getting it off on you, and chipped you up one day and you couldn't go to sleep about it. With Shakur, you know, with Shock doing them like that.
That's how you do in war, though. That's how you do in war, though. You got to know about your future opponent.
See, even they saying, they know, even they saying it's a game of inches, bro.
Man,
I ain't justifying it, but it just is what it is.
I'm gonna do what I do regardless. That be scary shit. I mean, it's scared. He ain't get the upper hand on me, so he trying to see if he can find out who did, or find out if, you know what I mean.
And obviously, listen.
Yeah, that's the game, though. I don't think nothing wrong with that.
Have you guys, argued in a DM at all, Instagram?
Nah, well, Instagram. I mean, Twitter. We said a few things.
Shout out to Shot.
I would have look. Ray Ford could have got the issue for sure, but he didn't come my route. Like, he was doing all that talking. Then said he went on Twitter, said he was going to fight me on the undercard when I was the co-main with Shakur in Newark. And then I talked to Tyrone, they like, we ain't heard nothing from him. So it was just like a lot of smoke and mirrors with Ray. So I was like, when I heard that situation, when I heard him say that about Shakur, I'm like, all right, well, fuck him. I go get the daddy. You know what I mean? He look up to his shit. You might as well.
Wow, that's crazy. So when you said Shakur being your next opponent, you really meant that. That's a fight you really want.
That's the fight I want. You know what I mean? That's a fight I want. It's a certain thing, man. You talking about personally, you talking about certain things. Buddy know me in real life. All that shit he doing and talking woo-de-woo, now you got to show me. You know what I mean? Now you got to show me, and I ain't forgetting. I ain't going no direction. I'm going to try to go his way. If I can't get him, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to get somebody else, and then after that, I'm going to keep trying.
I like Shock attitude. I ain't mad at it. I love the attitude.
Ray Ford is somebody that you do want to
unlike other people, you like, oh man, he talking shit, so I don't want to fight him. No, Shock like, yo, he talking shit, so make him stand on it. I want you to show me all that shit you've been talking. But I'm gonna say this early pick, like I always said, Nobody that had that kind of close fight with Rocky Hernandez, the so-so of Abraham Nova, the close calls with Robson Conceição, somebody that be going right from the club to the gym, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't think that particular individual beat Shakur right now with the guy that I'm seeing in the ring and what I've been seeing from Shaq. I think it still make for a good fight. Probably surprised me in some ways because they're familiar with each other, and you know, fights where guys are familiar with each other play out a lot differently than what you think you've been seeing from these guys. So again, Lamont Roach is evidence of that, and maybe this could be Shakur Stevenson's Lamont Roach, right? Or Shockey Foster. It could be his kryptonite or somebody to give him a really good fight like you never thought. So that's possible. I just want to see it. I like both guys. Yeah, I know Core my guy, but I like Shock. It seemed like a genuine, real dude, man, and he dealing with it the right way. Okay, you talking? I want to fight you, not I want to go back and forth on social media, one up you, talk about money. Nah, I want to fight you, and that's what I like. I love the energy.
Yeah, but I want to get a daddy first.
That's crazy. That's wild. Listen, I mean, we know this is going to be an exciting, explosive fight. Looking forward to seeing you in action, bro, and good luck.
Man, shout out to Ak and Barack, man. They do great interviews all the time. Shout out to Shock Foster. I can't wait to see the fight with him and Cool Boy. I think it's going to be a damn good fight, one of the best fights that we got coming up. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, y'all. I can't wait to see this joint. I can't wait to see. But, man, shout out to everybody that pulled up for another dope build. We popped up on a Saturday to chop it up with the family. And I appreciate all y'all, man, all the support, man. I make sure y'all hit that like button for your bro on the way out. Sub to the channel, turn them notifications on. We're going to keep building. We might pop back up tomorrow to build some more on this sport of boxing. Until then, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace to you.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that 4-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdueboxing.